Is that even possible? And type 1 in the chat if you feel this way. Yes, so I'm going to show that to you today. Are you excited? What if I take you inside an ad account and then show you today, not just screenshots, but live ad account? Would you want to see that? Live in action. One campaign, one ad set, and all the winning ads stacked inside. And I'll show you that we don't have any retargeting running on that particular account, and even in any account. Like, we currently manage multiple accounts, we don't do retargeting ads. So let's talk about it. Let's go. So there's a science behind this, and I'll talk about this throughout this entire presentation today. And I'm going to share with you why I say what I say, why we do what we do, and the logical reason behind everything today. And not just that, this is one of our clients, another case study we recently documented also on my YouTube channel, Dr. Feroz, who did 10 lakh in 6 months. And after deploying one campaign method, he was able to scale to 1 crore 10 lakh in the next 6 months. So in total, in 12 months, he did 1 crore 20 lakhs. Here's in 6 active months, somebody who spent 32 lakhs in ads made a revenue of 95 lakh. That's a profit of 63 lakh. Here's a high ticket funnel. Anybody out here who is pursuing a high ticket funnel, a book a call funnel, or a VSL funnel, appointments, stuff like that through Facebook ads? Anybody who is doing it for a client, not for yourself, maybe for a client? Awesome, fantastic, brilliant. So we have got case studies in all like 14 different niches and industries, and here's a high ticket case study. So the CPM for this gentleman was 985 rupees, and he was getting a cost per qualified appointment at 2,000 rupees. But after deploying our mechanisms and methods, his CPM went down to 163 rupees, and cost per qualified appointment came down to 220 rupees. That's like 100 times, almost like 10x better, of course, right? And not just that, here's what is going to shock you and going to probably make you question a lot of practices that you probably have been taught, or if you are already running ads, then you probably have been trying to do. That same ads that we run for our clients, for ourselves, for any of our clients that we work with, same ads have been actively running for months. We have had scenarios where we have had ads, same ads running for 9 months, 10 months. And I am not at all saying that we duplicated the ads. I'm not at all saying that. Without duplication, which means we launched an ad inside our OCM process, following the OCM process. We launched an ad and we let it run, which means after 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, the same ad has been running consistently. And I will show that to you today. And this is not just for our clients, we do the same thing for ourselves. And the best testimony I can tell you that this is like real. You go to Facebook ads library, you all guys are funnel hackers, some of you probably, and you guys know about Facebook ads library. Go to Facebook ads library and you are going to observe that even my own ads have been running for almost like a month, couple of them. We don't touch them, we don't duplicate them, we don't keep launching them. Peaceful performance. How many of you would like to do that for your business or your client's business? You would want to be able to learn how to do it. Like, this is like a dream come true. Type yes in the chat, like all of you guys who would want to do this. Yes, it is possible. And it was never like that. Not like this. I'm not saying that this is how it has always been. I would be lying if I would say that. But advertising has changed over the years, especially in the last 2 to 3 years. There has been significant transformation and evolution of how advertising is approached and done. And this is the reason why, ever since I started my own advertising agency, we worked very hard to create SOPs and systems that we can then document case studies and teach people. Teaching and coaching is like my passion, so I want to do it. But I wanted to curate and collect so many case studies and data points that, I have got questions to all of you guys, so that I can really create an impact in your life. So let's get started with it. Of course, I'm super pumped. And you will see a lot of such case studies today live in action. And here's not just scaling, but even launching businesses. Here's an ad account. We started with 500 rupees per day. Today, spending 2,000 rupees per day, maintaining the business goal KPI of under 300 CPR, spend 1.3 lakh so far with just one active campaign. That's what I call as peaceful. Here's another one started with 1,000 rupees per day. Today, spending 15,000 per day, maintaining the business goal KPI of 500 cost per result, spent 21.8 lakhs so far with just one active campaign. That's peace. Here's another ad account where we have spent a total of 71 lakh and counting, growing and scaling with just one campaign. That's peace. Here's what I want to show you, that it even works with low as well as high budget, not just high budget, but even low budget. Started with 1,000 per day. We're still spending the same because the client does not want to scale for personal reasons, and yet maintaining the performance, which means it has consistent performance, stable performance. Average CPR of 168 rupees with 500 plus purchases with one campaign only. That is what I call as peace. How would this sound for you to in your business, that when you have such kind of cost per results, whether you are driving, like running ads for sales, purchases, or leads, no matter what, but you would want to have consistent performance without having to duplicating things, launching a bunch of things again and again and again just to increase and scale your budget or grow your business. How many of you would love that? Type me in the chat. Of course, we would want to, everybody would want to, not just you guys. Even this is like unreal, right? Whenever I share this with people, it's like, okay, you are showing the proof, but it's like too good to be true. That's why I'm doing this workshop today. So here's day-wise performance of various ad accounts. We got 5 sales with a CPR of 125. Here is another one, 7 sales with a CPR of 138, 6 sales with a CPR of 169 rupees, 9 sales with a CPR of 114 rupees, 64 sales in a week with a CPR of 126 rupees, to show you the consistency in performance. So the bottom line is, one campaign method works, period. So, like I said, today I'm going to discuss with you and make you aware of how you can launch and scale Facebook ads from 0 to up to 53,000 in ad spend per day profitably and peacefully without any sort of complexity, without laser targeting, without duplicating ad sets, without launching a bunch of new ad sets or campaigns every single day to scale, without using interest targeting to scale, using the one campaign method. Now, the reason why I say 53,000 per day is because that's, to be very honest and complete full transparency, that's what I have been able to achieve personally, hands-on. And I do not want to say what I have not done. Whenever I get a chance to take ad accounts spending more than that on a single day, like on a daily basis consistently, I will be more than happy to share that update with you guys. But so far, I've been able to do it about 50,000 per day. Now, why one campaign method? How many of you know Alex Hormozi? How many of you guys type 1 in the chat if you know him? Come on, type 1 in the chat. Throw me, all of you guys. And I also want to tell you that, guys, come on, like, you have to show some sort of participation. I'm going to make it easy by giving you numbers to type in so that it's easy for you to type. But yeah, participate. Just makes me feel good. So Alex Hormozi said, fancy fails and simple scales. And ever since I heard Alex Hormozi say this, it has always stayed with me. It has become my go-to mantra. And that's exactly what we follow in our agency. Whenever we onboard any clients, whenever we work with our clients, whenever we create processes, systems, we always think about keeping things very, very simple and straightforward, because fancy fails and simple scales. Now, the reason why this is important for you to understand is that if I ask you this question, what is the bottom line reason behind you wanting to run Facebook ads? What is going to be that one word answer? I want you to think about that one word answer for a second. It could be more leads, could be sales, could be money, could be growth, could be business, could be customers, stuff like that. Give me that one word, whatever comes to your mind. Brand, for some it could be brand. So I'm going to call out some names, okay? Some things that you guys are typing in. Sales, sales, sales. A lot of you guys are talking about sales. Reach, financial freedom, all right? Money, leads, business, sales, closures. Yes, for sales, correct. That's right. So quality customers, Absolutely. So we know that the bottom line reason behind wanting to run Facebook ads for ourselves or our customers or clients, we know that everything that we want to do, it can be summarized into these two reasons. Number one, grow my business. Number two, make more money. For example, we want to generate more leads so that we can grow our business or our client's business. And as a result of that, make money. We want more sales so that we can grow our business. And as a result of that, make money. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? This is what it is. Any answer you give, whatever you guys, all of you guys who are participating, everything that you guys said can be summarized in these two reasons. These are the two ultimate reasons why anybody runs Facebook ads, right? This is like the bottom line reason. So now I want to ask you a follow-up question. Do you want to do this just once? Do you want to grow your business just once? Do you want to make money just once? Or do you want to keep growing your business or your client's business? Do you want to keep making more money? Do you want to do it sustainably? Option one or two, guys, in the chat. Which one do you choose? Do you want to do it once, or do you want to keep doing it consistently with sustained performance, consistent, peaceful performance that gives you some predictability in your business growth and your revenue and your income? We all want consistent performance, each one of us, including you, including me, all of us. So when we know that our goal is to keep growing our business and keep making more money, I want to ask you a question. Can we keep growing our business and keep making more money without scaling? Yes or no? Is it possible to keep growing our money and keep growing our business and as well as keep growing money? Can we keep doing it without scaling? No, we cannot. We cannot start with a 500 rupees per day budget, 1000 rupees per day budget, 200 rupees per day budget, and then keep spending that same thing all, for years and months. That way we cannot grow, we cannot scale. So the answer is we will have to scale. And in normal world, scaling is not magic. Scaling is pure math. And human minds think like this. Let me give you an example. Here's a scenario. If you sell something worth 1000 rupees to 100 people, that's 1000 into 100, that's 1 lakh per month. And if you want to now scale in this scenario, and if now the goal is to scale to going from 1 lakh to 10 lakh per month, you'll think like, I just need to sell 1,000 units because then as a result, I will make 10 lakhs per month. Here's another example. If you sell something worth 25,000 rupees to 100 people, that means you are making 25 lakh per month. And if you want to now scale in that scenario, and if the goal is to go from 25 lakh to 50 lakh per month, you will think that we just have to sell 200 units and that will make me hit my monthly income goal of 50 lakh per month. So typically human minds think like that. Human minds operate like that when we talk about scaling. In normal world, scaling is not magic. It is pure math. But guess what? Not in the world of Meta. In the world of Facebook ads, it is not just math. It is about the algorithm as well. And we have to deal with it. How many of you kind of agree with it? You may not know how to, but you kind of know this and you agree with it somewhat. If you are that person, drop 1 in the chat, number 1. Awesome. Of course, majority of you. Because we all know that, right? It has always been that kind of mystery of how to uncover the algorithm. Right. Turns out this is reality. And how do I say that? That majority of people do not understand this. Here's how I can say that. 75.8% of e-com businesses lose money when they scale their Facebook ads. How many of you out here are into e-com businesses for yourself, for your clients? Type me in the chat. How many of you? Any sort of product, but e-com business, right? Yourself or for your clients. So here's a report from Glue. You can see the percentage with negative return is 75.8%. Here's another. How many of you guys know Neil Patel? Type me in the chat. The real OG of internet marketing, the GOAT. Yes. Of course, we all have learned a lot from Neil Patel. Now, here's what he published some time back on his blog that 62% of small businesses fail with Facebook ads. He's not saying they lose money. He says they fail, which means they start and then they shut it down. Service businesses fail within the first 6 to 12 months. Agency business, freelancing, consulting, coaching, courses, real estate, clinics, hotels, any sort of service business. How many coaches, consultants out here today who are doing selling courses, workshops, webinars? Anybody out here? Type me in the chat if you are. Anybody into any sort of lead generation kind of a funnel for real estate, clinics, hotels, stuff like that? Yeah. So that's the truth. Within the first 6 to 12 months, these businesses fail with Facebook ads. And I'm not telling you out of thin air. I'm telling you what the reality is. And out of the remaining 38% that somehow succeed initially, 90% fail when they scale their Facebook ad. I know that hurts. It hurts. In 2021, 2022, here's what happened with me. I scaled my own funnel, one of my funnels, from 0 to 1.5 crore driving traffic through Facebook ads. Here's the proof of that. How many out here know Siddharth Rajshekar? Type me in the chat. If you know Siddharth Rajshekar, especially coaches and course creators out here, right? So I won an award. That's me with him, the Crore Club Award for CrossFit. So that's the proof for you guys. Because of that little success I was able to achieve, I was able to meet and have a few words and exchange a few words with people like Rajiv Talreja, meet them, hang out with them, people like Digital Deepak, Saurav Jain. Anybody out here knows these people? Rajiv Talreja, Digital Deepak, Saurav Jain. Type me in the chat if you know these guys or if you have bought their courses and coaching programs or something from them in the past. So I got that little bit of success. But in May 2022, here's what happened. I sent this message out to the agency. I did not have an agency back then. I was not handling and growing my Facebook ads myself or my funnel. One of my agency that I outsourced the process to, the Facebook ads to, they were doing it. And on May 2022, here's what happens. The message I sent to this agency founder is that if we go in full capacity and the sales don't happen, I am screwed. And here's what the next message was. I'm scared. The thing is, if we can't get our CPA down like right now, I'm screwed. I'm thinking about everything. I can't afford a dash. Spending over 30,000 rupees a day with 10 sales. I have been giving enough of chances, hoping it will get better. But ever since we restarted, we have been experiencing this fluctuation. And from the last 3 days, it has gotten even worse. I was spending 30,000 rupees per day and I was selling something worth 200, 300 rupees. I was losing money at 10x speed. I was not making 10x ROAS. I was making 10x LOAS. Loss on ad spend at 10x speed. And this moment came in my life where I had to send this message to him and I said, test wala budget nahi hai ab mere paas. I have been trying to tell you this since last week. I was paying them 50,000 rupees per month plus some revenue share. Please pause all the operations. And that's what happened with me. So I went from zero, almost zero, to hitting the 1.5 CR, to losing it all again. That's exactly what happened with me. And until then, I did not have Facebook, the ad agency that I have today. Turns out the remaining 38% that somehow succeed initially, 90% fail when they scale their Facebook ads. Turns out it was the truth what these people were documenting in their blogs. All the people like the publishers like Glue, Neil Patel, Glue. Turns out it was true. I was the case study probably for them. Why? Because fancy fails and simple scales. We were trying to scale a funnel and we were trying to scale it through Facebook ads using outdated launch and scaling methods, vertical, horizontal scaling. We were launching multiple campaigns and duplicating campaigns to scale. We were launching multiple ad sets, duplicating ad sets to scale. We were doing laser targeting, layered targeting, audience interest targeting, stacking different stuff, increasing budget by 10%, 20% every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, spending a bomb on retargeting ads without any clue. When we did not even know that Facebook was retargeting automatically on its own. And why the heck were we spending money on retargeting ads? And we were just, I was just bleeding money. I was such, it's not easy to make money, right? It's hard. And when we follow such kind of mechanisms and processes like manual bidding, sneak attack method, shotgun method, bully method, nuke, all these things, cost cap, bid caps, tried everything under the sun. Everything you can imagine under the sun. I tried it hands on, every single thing. And I realized none of this can be scaled. It just takes away your sleep. You will always spend 12 hours every day inside your ad account and you will die out of anxiety. You won't even know, like, you'll always be like, oh, next sale. Oh, when is my next sale coming? When is my next registration coming? And my, I was just, I was just over it because it's too complex and outdated. It does not give us stable performance, leaves us with a messed up ad account, so messy, 1,000 campaigns running, impossible to manage at scale because there are so many moving parts. It just doesn't give us peace at all. It is just impossible. So, who does this apply to? E-com businesses, digital products, courses, coaching, high ticket, agency, freelancing, lead gen, service business. Basically, anyone who runs Facebook ads for any business in any industry and in any niche. So, what will you learn today? Now, before I tell you that, I want you to know this, that it took me more than 9 years of countless sleepless nights, self doubt, failures, trial and error, and 8 figures in Facebook ad spend to understand all of this deeply and then perfect it. And I want you to just never forget this, that this is coming to you for like literally peanuts, 99 rupees. And I want you to never forget this, that how hard it would have been for me. I went from being broke to launching a funnel to scaling it with Facebook ads, hitting 1.5 crores to losing it all. I kept investing in learning and focused on upskilling myself at every single step. And I was wondering, why did I still fail? When I took my business to 1.5 CR, when I was doing this, why did I fail? Why? When I reached here, why am I failing? What is that one thing that I did wrong? Did I outsource my process, my business to wrong agency? I started to think like everybody would think like, or any human being would think like in my situation. I thought that I had to just probably outsource it to a different agency. And I tried doing that as well. Nothing worked. Just nothing worked. And turns out because everybody were following these complex and outdated methods. Because the moment we duplicate stuff and launch a bunch of things, we don't really know why something is not working and why something is working, most importantly. So we cannot even spot the patterns and we cannot even utilize the patterns we are spotting because guess what? We are just following complex and outdated methods. So that's the real story. And when I was going through this process and I was like, I kept, I'm investing in my learning. Even like in last 1.5 years, 2 years, I've invested around 20 lakh rupees, 25 lakhs in my upskilling myself and also my team. And I was like, when I do this, why am I failing? And that's when I heard Russell Brunson say this once, that if we don't know what we don't know, we will fail. Any Russell Brunson fan here? Type RB in the chat if you're a Russell Brunson fan here. Or if you're a funnel hacker. All the funnel hackers here. Yes, of course. An OG, right? The gangster of internet marketing. Everybody knows him. Great guy. I like him. Basically, I take inspiration from everybody. But of course, when I heard him say this, that if we don't know what we don't know, we will fail. When I heard him say this, it hit me so hard. And that's exactly as a result of that is when the advertising agency was born. So, of course, you know my name. My name is Rohan Sapra, and I'm the founder of Impact Excel Advertising Agency. This is my team. That's me, the founder. That's Megha, who's also my wife. She is the content coordinator. That's Supratim, who's our in-house media buyer. Also the same guy who has been messaging you sometimes. And Anurag, who is our in-house junior video editor. Very lean and mean team. And that's all that we have as of today. In the last 12 months, we've spent about 1 CR on Facebook ads and generated over 5 crores combined. We've documented hundreds of case studies in 14 different niches and businesses, many of which you can find on my YouTube channel, or you can go to my Instagram highlights. You can find many of them there. Now I want to officially welcome you to Peaceful Profits Workshop, where I will help you learn about our flagship method to launch and scale Facebook ads from spending zero to up to 50,000 per day profitably without any complexity, like without duplicating ad sets, without launching multiple campaigns, and without laser targeting. Now, basis on what Russell Brunson said, what will you learn today? I want to go ahead and remind you that if we don't know what we don't know, we will fail. So before I tell you what will you learn, let me tell you what we don't know, what we don't know. So let me tell you that. And for that, I want to introduce you to this concept called as circle of knowledge that I created for Facebook ads. So here's how everybody starts. We get an idea or we spot an opportunity. Then we create a source of product or service to sell. Then we realize that we need traffic to sell to, so we learn Facebook ads for it. And that's like the 5% of people. So things we realize we need, so we learned it. Now we know. So things like business manager setup, ad account setup, pixel data set setup, interest targeting, etc. Very standard basic stuff. And then from there, we go to launching and scaling Facebook ads. Once we launch and scale Facebook ads, we experience the challenges. We now realize things we actually need to get the desired results. So we want to learn. And now we are looking for solutions. For example, one campaign method. So from there, we reach to this 15%, which is things we realize we need, but we don't know. So we want to learn, but we realize we need. That's pretty much why you guys are here today, which is in this workshop for one campaign, learning about one campaign method, because you realize you need it, because you see that it is solving problems that you want a solution for. So basically you are aware of it, and that's why you're here to learn it. So you know, but you don't know one campaign method. So you're here to learn it. But the problem here is majority of people get stuck here. They figure something out, they go, they learn it, they come back in that 5% that now they realize they needed it. So now they have learned it, and now they know that as well. And then go back. So they keep shuffling between this 20% itself. And turns out that's why 90% fail when they scale their Facebook ads out of the remaining 30%, 38% that somehow succeed initially, because I was probably doing the same thing. How many of you can relate to this? That you figure something out, then you go back, like you learned it, then you go back, you implement it, then you again face another challenge after a while, then you're like, oh my God, how do I solve this? How many of you can relate to this? Type me in the chat. So this is what happens with everybody who runs Facebook ads, not just you, including me. This is what was happening with me. And turns out the 10x ROAS that we all are chasing happens here. Things we don't realize we need to know because we don't even know about them. And when I heard Russell Brunson say that if we don't know what we don't know, we will fail, I realized that, oh my God, I think what we don't know is the algorithm. And that's when I realized that if I want to win in this game consistently with consistent performance, I really need to decode this. Ever since I realized it, here's what it kind of looks like. We have done 5 CR and counting in total revenue across the portfolio of clients we have. Our methods are battle tested. Ads get twice better click-through rate on an average of our ads than industry average. 30% lower CPMs. Our execution to success rate is 83.33%, which is massive. So what will you learn today? Now, one campaign method is the thing you realize you don't know, and of course you will learn about it today. But here are the things you don't realize you need because you don't even know about them. So for you to know that and learn that best in the best way possible, I have to take you through this process today. The future of audience targeting, the ad auction system, the attribution model, and then the thing you realize you don't know, which is the one campaign method. That's how we will flow. The flow of this presentation will be today. Like, now, how will you learn all of this today? With logic, why ad campaigns work or don't work? Why do they stop working? You'll have that logic today by the end of this workshop. With some case studies, wherever applicable, as much as possible, I'm going to take you behind the scenes, raise the curtains, and show you things in action. Things we did hands-on across 14 different niches and businesses. Processes, I'll tell you some of my personal process as well, inside that I use in my agency. How to launch, test, scale with stability and performance to grow your business with peace using Facebook ads. So basically, you'll realize it, you'll discover it, and you will be aware of it today. And that's how we will start. With 100% transparency, and I have nothing to hide here. I will make you an offer today for a 4 week, which is a 30 days cohort style kind of a program. And that's just what I have to offer. That's it, nothing else. That's my 100% transparent approach with you guys. If you are okay with this 100% transparency, I am not saying it's a must. No, it's not a must. It's not a mandate. Whatever I have to share with you today, I will deliver that and you will get value from this workshop. But I am just being honest and transparent with you because I did not want to hide or misguide you in any way. Cool? If it's cool, then type C in the chat. C is cool. All of you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. All right. So let's get started. Now, let's begin with the future of audience targeting. So let's understand the audience targeting here. And for you to understand audience targeting, I'm going to introduce you to an imaginary character, Megha. So here's why understanding what I have to share with you is important today. So typically when we do ads, here's what's happening. We have our ad, so you have your ad and you show your ad to let's say for example, you show your ad to Facebook user, in this example, Megha, right? Megha clicks, she sees your ad, then she clicks, and then the ad takes her to a landing page, which is your landing page, which has the Meta Pixel installed. She may be accessing that landing page on her mobile device, which is an Android device, or it could be an Apple device, across different browsers, from different browsers. Could be Safari, could be Google Chrome, could be Microsoft Edge, could be Mozilla Firefox. So here's how this happens. Behind the scenes, if you look at, if your ad is, you're showcasing your ad, behind the scenes, how are you making it possible? How are you showing your ad to Megha? Is by using these common things, right? Audience interest targeting, lookalike audience, custom audience, retargeting. And basis on this, following these processes, those were the days where you were able to simply show your ad to Megha if Megha is your potential customer. Now, I want to ask you this. How do you think Meta collects data that allows advertisers to target Megha? So think, how does Meta come to know about the things you are interested in? What is that one thing that comes to your mind, guys? Come on, type in the chat. How do you think Meta knows about it? Data, right? Of course. Awesome. What else? What else? And how is Meta realizing about it? Pixel, yeah, data, okay, engagement, yes. So for you to understand this phenomena, I'm going to make you understand today something called as first party data and third party data. So what does it really mean? I'm going to make you understand this today from Meta's perspective. That what does it mean from Meta's perspective? First party data and third party data. And bear with me, and you will realize by the end of this workshop why it is important. Not by the end of this workshop. In the next 5 minutes, you'll realize why this particular phenomena is important. So first party data means the data that Meta gets from its own sources, like its own website and its own app. And Meta is collecting data from Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. How? With the help of user interactions. So for example, what Megha likes, what Megha shares, where Megha comments, what kind of video Megha watches, what are the videos Megha saving, what are the things Megha saying in her private DMs when she's talking to her friends. All of these things which are interactions, Meta gets data from it. And there's a speculation that they can hear what we say. How many of you feel that, seen that, observed that, like you're talking to somebody about something and the next thing you realize is you go to Facebook and you see the same ad, like something related to the same thing, right? So there's a speculation that even this happens. And not just that, they collect data even from the profile information, right? Whatever Megha is entering in her profile, even that's where Facebook is getting the data from. So all of that is the first party data, right? So what's third party data? Third party data means the data that Meta gets from external companies or tools or applications. And Meta is collecting data from the third party data from things like Metapixel, which is like a third-party data technology through its Pixel technology. And the Pixel is installed on different websites that Megha is visiting or any user visits, and also collects data, third-party data from data partnerships. So basically buying data from third-party places, stuff like that. And that's the difference between first party and third party. So first party is the data that's directly coming from Meta's ecosystem. Third party data is the data that is coming outside of Meta's ecosystem. Simple to understand, nothing fancy. Great. So here's the problem. What we don't realize is that when we show our ad to Megha, Megha sees the ad, Megha clicks on the ad, and she lands on the landing page. This is your landing page where the Pixel is installed. Megha is accessing this, which is your landing page, on a device which is either an Apple or an Android. That is the problem here in the process, in the approach, because guess what? This is third-party data. So the conclusion is that anything that happens outside of Meta's own sources, Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp, will be considered as third-party data. Now, here's why this was important for me to make you learn today. It's the death of third-party cookies. And I'm not saying it. The internet will tell you that. Everybody will tell you that. Here's another article from Adapex. Adapex is a pretty renowned firm and also awarded as America's fastest growing companies in 2024. And you can see that they mentioned the future of targeted advertising is overcoming the addressability gap, which means that it's the rise of first party data. It's the decline of third party cookies. First party data is the future of marketing. How many of you know John Loomer? Type me in the chat if you know John Loomer. Come on. At least some people out here. All right, awesome. Yeah, so he's an industry veteran. He's been in this game for a very long time. And you can see on July 8th, 2024, here's what John Loomer published. It's possible that targeting no longer matters at all. And all that we guys do, and some people will tell us maybe is that we have to do layer targeting, laser targeting, stacking audience interest. And we are thinking about ways that hidden targeting. But guess what? Guess what? All of the targeting is useless, right? And here's another one. Here's Marty Crail, who is a media director, basically a media director for a firm which is responsible for running campaigns, advertising campaigns for brands like Bridgestone, Lenovo, Under Armour, Ford, right? Some really big brands. And here's what he said on March 14, 2024. Lookalike targeting is dead. Interest targeting is dead. Retargeting is on its way out. How many of you are in a shock right now? You're like, what? Yes. So whatever I am sharing with you today, everything that I will tell you today is 100% valid, logical, backed with proof, and a ton of case studies. So the reason why it took me so long to come out there and finally present you guys with a solution or teach people on this was because I was gathering all this data. I was gathering my own case studies and then creating a process around it. So the future is, without a doubt, the future is, it's not interest targeting. Interest targeting is not the future. And if anybody out here who's come from YouTube, seen my videos on YouTube, type me in the chat. Yeah, Creative is doing the targeting, correct? Creative does the targeting. Yeah, some of you guys. So you guys will see that how openly transparently I share things, right? Even on my Instagram, yeah. How openly I share things on different places, and I never shy away from being very transparent in the approach that I have, that this is what it is. And I have been doing it consistently and with complete success, right? And it's not that it's a fluke. The reason why I have been able to do it is because the reason is simple. Lookalike audience targeting is dead. Interest targeting is dead. Retargeting is on its way out. And this is the reason why I want to go ahead and now make you dive into an ad account here, a training account with me today. And in this ad account, which is a training account, I am going to show you how there is an audience overlap between different audiences across different niches. How many of you saw that video on my landing page? Type me in the chat if you saw that. Okay. Okay. Right. So some of you did. Who did not? Type I did not. If you IDN. If you did not, type IDN. Okay. All right. So it's going to be a shocker for those of you who did not. because because this is going to be like, what are you talking about, Rohan? This is like, you are scaring us more than anything else. So I know. I'm just your well-wisher. I'm just trying to educate you about the right things so that even if you don't work with me or learn from me, at least you don't do the wrong things. That's all. Let me go ahead and log into this ad account here and share with you what I'm talking about. Okay. So, and let's go. Someone is saying I am the Facebook ads disruptor of India. Thank you. I am not here to disrupt anything. I am just trying to just educate people. That's it. Just doing my 1%, I think. Yeah. Okay. So let's go. All right, guys, I would highly encourage you and request you guys to park your questions for the Q&A so that we have something to discuss about in the Q&A, okay? Because it becomes, it just becomes very confusing. Then I'm talking about things and then the conversation ends up going somewhere else only. And then, so yeah. So let me just pull this up here in Jiffy. Okay, all right. So let's go. If you guys can see this, then type yes in the chat, please. All right, awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay, so let's hit create a custom audience here. Or sorry, create a saved audience. Okay. And let's have a look. Let's give it a name. Okay. Let's say, for example, I'm going to give it a name as, let's say, digital marketing. Okay. So digital marketing, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to hit search for digital marketing. Yeah, this is an interest, digital marketing. And I'm going to leave everything else as it is. I'm going to hit create saved audience. Right. Now I'm going to create another audience. And I'm going to call this, say, pets. Okay. So it has nothing to do with digital marketing. Right. I'm going to select this. I'm going to hit create saved audience. Right. I'm going to add another audience. Let's say, give me another niche, guys. Let's say real estate or something, or no. Let's say lifestyle. Okay. A very massy, broad niche, right? Lifestyle. Let's hit create saved audience. And let's select all of these three and show audience overlap. 100% audience overlap across different niches and different audiences. Of course, with Advantage Plus, but why do you think Meta is promoting Advantage Plus? I will talk about it today. In this workshop, I will talk about, we have a segment of Advantage Plus for normal audience, original audience. But here's in front of you with Advantage Plus, 100% audience overlap, which means that it does not matter whether you choose pets as an interest or you choose digital marketing as an interest. Chances are that Meta is going to do the targeting on its own. So interest targeting is basically not any secret, is what I'm trying to tell you. And the reason why I'm trying to tell you that, and I've proved it to you, I think, and the reason why I'm trying to prove that to you and why I'm able to, why I'm sharing it with you is because the reason is it's the death of third-party cookies. That is the reason why Meta is promoting Advantage Plus. And as a matter of fact, that is just what the future is going to be like. It is just going to be like this interest-free targeting. That's where we are headed. And this, all of this that I've shared with you in the first 15, 20 minutes so far is a proof of that. That's just the way it is going to be. And how many of you are now shocked looking at this? Then type S in the chat if you're like shocked. 100%. And I can keep showing this to you. Okay. This is just, you can just go and do it yourself and check it out. And this is just the way it is. And this is the reason why layered targeting, audience interest targeting, or stacking audience interest, these things just don't work consistently. They may get you initial results. And when we start a brand new ad account, we may choose one single interest to launch and test something. We may do that, but we never scale and grow ad accounts with it. Why? Because they are not stable. Why? Because audience interest targeting does not guarantee that we are going to reach individual or unique users. Why? How can I say that? Well, in the last 20 minutes, that's what I've been trying to tell you. I'm not the one saying it. Meta says it. I'm not the one saying it. John Loomer says it. I'm not the one saying it. All the big companies are saying it. And the reason is third-party cookie is dead. That's the reason why. So going back to the presentation and continuing on it. Now, so that's what it was. So what you saw just now is potentially the reason why things like this happen when we do interest targeting, audience overlap, auction overlap, audience fragmentation. And all of this leads to high CPMs, high cost per result, low click-through rates, low conversion rates. Why? Because chances are where we are reaching the same audience, because that's just the way Meta is as a platform. And all these old methods are so outdated, and people have not even implemented the new things, because I think most of these people don't even know, because probably they did not realize it. But this is what's happening. How many of you are aware of audience overlap, auction overlap, audience fragmentation? Type number 1 in the chat if you're aware of it. Maybe you have experienced it. You are fed up of it if you're running ads already. Or maybe you have heard other people cry about it, cry over it, because of the performance is fluctuating because of all of these reasons. Well, that's the truth. So what is the future? Meta uses AI image recognition model, which means that whatever our creative says or shows, Meta is able to identify that with the help of the AI image recognition model that it uses. So whatever is in this image, Meta is able to learn from it. So say, for example, there's an airplane, Meta recognizes it. There's a human being, Meta recognizes it. There's a tree, Meta recognizes it. And not just recognizing a human being or a tree or objects, Meta is able to even define what it recognizes, which means it has so much of accuracy and so much of capacity to recognize that it not just recognizes that there's an individual in the video or in an image, it also recognizes what is the emotion in the voice tonality of that individual. It recognizes that as well. It recognizes what is the person doing in the video. It recognizes if it's a soccer game, it will do a commentary saying that the person, this team, the player A passed the ball to player B passed the ball to player C. It recognizes everything, not just objects, but even the actions and the movement that's going on. That is the world we are living in today. And future is not future is already here. We are already living in the future. And this is exactly how the results we get, the way we get the results we get, basically, for our clients. And because we realize it, that Meta is using AI image recognition model. So the future is broad or open targeting. It's no interest, broad targeting. All of the case studies we have and all the accounts we currently run, and we are growing and scaling, all of them, when I say all, I mean each and every one of them are running on broad and open targeting. And they are not in the same niche. They're all in different niches, all in different businesses. Some are, of course, similar businesses, but they have nothing to do with each other. But they all are running on broad or open targeting, because that is the future, and we are living in the future already. So here's a quick recap. Meta used to rely heavily on collecting user data via its pixel from third-party sources like iOS, Android, or any other web browser, website, etc. But with the death of third-party data and rise of first-party data, pixel data will now be ineffective. As a result, Meta's data accuracy, which means audience interest, is not how it used to be before. And audience interest, look like audiences, custom audiences, especially even retargeting for that matter, it will not be accurate, especially when we are using custom audience that is being created from the pixels data. So Meta is now relying on AI image recognition model for targeting. Now that was the future of audience targeting. Let's now move on to the ad auction system and understand the ad auction system. Now you must realize that Meta is an auction-based platform. Whether you run manual bids or you do auto bids, bid cap, cost cap, doesn't matter. Whether you do manual bids or you do auto bids, which is the default, your ads are participating in auctions. That is the truth, whether you like it or you don't. That's just the way it is. But when we talk about the word auction, this is what we usually think like. We think about the word, we get this word in our mind, auction, and we're like, okay, this is what probably auction means. Just an example, IPL auction, right? Players are auction. The ones who bids the highest in the auction wins. So we perceive the meaning of auction like that. The one who bids the highest in the auction wins. I used to think like the same way. How many of you have tried manual bidding out here, just in case anybody out here? Bid cap, cost cap, anybody? Me in the chat if you have tried it. If you have not tried it, okay, at least we have some people out here. Great. If you have not tried it, but it interested you, like you were like, maybe that's the secret. Maybe I need to learn it. Anybody out here, you heard about it and then you realize, oh, that's the secret, cost cap, bid cap. Me in the chat if you're that person, that individual. So this is what I thought. Great. People who don't know, they are the best. Okay. If you don't know, you are the best. Because I'll tell you, it's useless. Okay. Because I've tried it, I've tried scaling it, I've gotten some results also, some success as well. But it's absolutely crazy at scale because when we think about auctions as a whole, as a concept, we think that the one who is going to bid the highest is going to win. Yes or no? If yes, then type Y in the chat, right? We know that whoever is going to bid the highest is going to win. But that's what we think about auctions. But the problem is not that. And when I scaled with auctions, I experienced manual bids, I experienced next level challenges and challenges that I don't even want to talk about because it will just, majority of you guys probably will not even relate to it. So that's the problem when we talk about auction. And today I'm going to explain what the auction system really is in a very simplified manner. In the world of Facebook ads, that is not how auctions work. Now, with full, complete 100% transparency, this is coming from Meta's own help article. You can go on Google and type these beautiful words, Meta about ad auction. You will find a link that looks like this, which says about ad auction, which is Facebook's own link, and you can check it out yourself. Complete transparency, full reliable source, okay? We're going to talk about basically three things. Let's start with the first one. When and why do ad auctions take place? Now, basically, it's very simple. Whenever there is an opportunity to show an ad to someone, that's exactly when an ad auction is taking place. So whenever a user comes online, whenever you go online on Facebook or Instagram, and now we have WhatsApp ads also coming in. So whenever you are online, there is an opportunity to show an ad to you. Why auctions happen? To determine which ad to show to that person, right? So Megha comes online. Which ad should they serve to Megha for a better user experience? That's the reason why auctions are happening. So when it happens is when somebody comes online. Why it happens is to determine which ad to show to that individual. Now, who competes in each auction? Now, I want you to understand this. So this is again from Meta. And when I read this article, of course, I understood it. I tried explaining this in one of my videos on YouTube. I realized I got a lot of comments. People understood. Some people did. 90% people did not. So I simplified this. Okay. So I'm going to make you explain this with an example. Who competes in each auction? And we are going to call Megha back in this example. Now, Megha is an individual, just like you, just like me. Megha can have different interests. She is interested in weight loss. She is interested in different things like travel. She's interested in Facebook ads. She's interested in wristwatches, and she's interested in stock market. right? Just how you probably are interested in various other things. So that's what Megha is, and that's what defines Megha as an individual. Now we have three advertisers as an example. Let's say advertiser one is a stock market advertiser, advertiser two is in the weight loss category, and advertiser three is in the Facebook ads category. Now, advertiser one is selling a stock market app. He chooses stock market as an interest to show his ads to Megha. Understood? Because advertiser one is a stock market advertiser. So he is selecting, say, for example, stock market as an interest and potentially thinking to show the ad to Megha. Why? Because Megha is interested in stock market. Similarly, advertiser two is selling a weight loss product. So he chooses health and wellness as an interest to show his ads to Megha or people like Megha. In this example, Megha. Why? Because Megha is interested in weight loss. Similarly, advertiser three is selling Facebook ads as a service. So he chooses advertising as an interest to show his ads to Megha or people like Megha. And why? Because Megha is interested in Facebook ads as well. So even though all of these three advertisers are in absolutely different businesses, completely different products, absolutely nothing to do with each other, but potentially are going to be want to target Megha because Megha is a prospect for each and every one of them. Do you guys understand this? Type me in the chat. This is very simple, but type yes in the chat if you do. Me or yes, whatever. Type yes in the chat if you do. Yes, understood. So they are all trying to show the ads to people who are interested in their own things. And Megha as an individual can be interested in all of these different things. Think about yourself now. Think about you. You are interested in badminton. You're interested in cricket. You are interested in swimming. You are interested in music, books, luxury items, shopping, Amazon, stuff like that, utility items, right? Facebook ads. So you have different buckets, but you can be a potential customer for all of these advertisers. Same person can be a potential customer. So here's a recap. Why auctions are happening? To determine which ad to show to that person. So as soon as Megha comes online, auction happens. And this is just an example to make it easy for you. I want you to understand now that there are billions of auctions happening on an hourly basis, not daily, hourly, billion. Okay. And every second, every minute, this is happening because of algorithm. And this is how it's going on. Why it's happening? To determine which ad should be shown to Megha. What is Megha actively interested in? What is Megha more interested in? Is she interested at this point? Is she interested in stock market, weight loss, Facebook ads? So Facebook is trying to determine that, and this is happening like in a second, right? So the conclusion here is, even though each advertiser has selected a different audience interest, they still may compete in the same auction as soon as Megha comes online because she is interested in all of them. Therefore, audience interests has zero contribution in winning the auction. So again, another proof of concept. Audience interest has nothing to do with anything, right? Not just targeting the right people, but even the auction system, it's not going to help you win. Why? Because Megha is interested in all of them. So zero contribution. Now, who is competing? You realize who competes? Basically, all the advertisers who are competing, basically who are advertising. Now, how is the winner of the auction determined? That's the next question. And Meta says that the broader audience matter in an auction-based system. So I want you to think and tell me, what can be more broader than broad targeting? Like if you just don't enter any targeting, is there anything that's broader than that? Right? There's nothing broader than that, right? It's like the broadest you can actually go. And that's why it is important for you to realize, because Meta is an auction-based platform and broader audience matter in an auction-based platform. I don't say it, Meta does. And I want to give and ask you this. Why do you think Meta keeps recommending this? Anybody familiar with this? Type me in the chat if you're familiar with this, guys. Audience fragmentation, where Meta keeps telling you that, hey, X number of your assets have similar setups and creatives, but different audiences. As a result, they may take longer to exit the learning phase and spend more budget before performance is optimized. To avoid this, combine your similar assets into one asset, right? Pretty common issue with a lot of people. And here's the problem: audience overlap. Overlapping audiences will make you compete with yourself in the same auction, impacting your overall results negatively. Because guess what happens? Usually, what's going on? We are running ads. We're running ads with different audience interest, with different ad sets or different campaigns. But at the same time, we may end up reaching the same audience. And that's what it says, that it can lead to poor delivery of your ad sets. That is the reason why our ads are fluctuating and the performance is not stable at all. One of the reasons, and a very, very valid reason. And audience overlap leads to auction overlap. That's the reality. So as a result, one of your ads competes in the auction. The other ads are not even considered. So running ads on separate pages will also not help you. And Meta have mentioned this in their article, that even if you try separate pages, even then it's not going to help you. And that's the problem. And understanding this was so much important because of this. What is that one thing common between all of these things? Who's going to tell me that? What is that one thing common? Like one action that you take in all of these things. Using audience interest, lookalike custom audiences to scale, which is what makes the performance unstable because of the death of third-party data. Launching multiple audiences, interests, lookalike, etc., across different campaigns or ad sets to scale, leading to audience overlap. As per Meta, narrowed audiences, layered audiences, or using any sort of interest-based targeting reduces our chance of winning in auctions. How many of you are mind blown right now with the data and the things that I presented to you? Type MB in the chat if you're mind blown. MB stands for mind blown. Now, that's the problem with all of these different methods that we have been taught or we have been using. Launching multiple campaigns, duplicating campaigns, launching multiple ad sets, duplicating ad sets, laser targeting, layer targeting, audience interest targeting, spending on a bomb on retargeting ads, manual bidding. That the problem is this. And that's why the performance is not stable. And that is the reason why 62% service businesses fail within the first 6 to 12 months. And 75.8% e-com businesses fail as they start to scale their Facebook ads because of this reason. One of the most important reasons. Complex, outdated. Let's talk about attribution model. Now, I want to play a game with you guys, and I want you guys to answer this here in the chat. What does Meta bill us for when we are running, say, sales campaign? Because mostly that's what we do, all of us, right? We could optimize it for leads, we could optimize it for purchases, depending on business goals. But what does Meta bill us for? Impressions, reach, views, clicks, or all of the above? Type that in the chat, guys. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is your answer? Is Meta billing us for impressions? Is Meta billing us for reach? Is Meta billing us for views? Is Meta billing us for clicks? Or is it billing us for all of the above? All right. Some of you are getting it right. Some of you are getting it not so right. Okay. I don't like to call it as wrong. Here's the reality. Meta bills us for impressions, which means the number of Facebook or Instagram accounts who were delivered with your ad. They may not even see it. They may not even see it. And that is what you need to realize today. Impressions, which means if Rohan was served your ad 5 times on his, say, for example, on his news feed, if Rohan was served with your ad 5 times, you will be paying for those 5 times. Same person, same individual, you are being billed for five ads being served. 5 times your impressions were served. I may or may not even see it. You will still pay money. So Meta is not charging us or billing us on the results we get. Meta doesn't bill us for the clicks we get. Meta doesn't bill us for any of this. Meta bills us on impressions. Simple. The reason why it is important for you to understand when I talk about attribution model now next is that the auctions do not happen for the results we get. Auctions are not happening for who will get more sales. Auctions are happening for the impressions. Auctions are happening for whose ad is going to be served first. That's what the auction is happening for. Why? Because Meta is billing us on impressions. If you go inside your ad account, if you run an ad account and you go to your billing section and you take out the go to invoices, payments, invoices, you can see it's billing us on impressions. And that's the truth. So going on. Now, here's the pitfall. Okay. And here's the problem. And here's why this was very, very important for me to talk about today. What people don't realize after working with a lot of clients and coaching a lot of students and members is that people fail to realize that there is an attribution window and there is an attribution model. And no, they are not the same. There's a difference. Okay. Let me explain. What is an attribution window? An attribution window is how many days we count between when someone sees or clicks your ad and B, when they then do something you want them to do. For example, buying something. So when someone sees or clicks your ad and then when they do what you want them to do, the time duration between that, that's what attribution window really means. Here's an example. If you show on day one your ad to Megha, right? You were running, say, for example, a sales campaign for purchases. Day number one, Megha sees your ad or maybe click on your ad for the first time. Day two passes, day three passes, day four passes, day five passes, not passes. On day five, Megha sees your ad again and she now clicks the buy now button. Attribution window here in this case is 5 days because she took the action of buying, which is what you were running the ads for, in 5 days. So the attribution window is the time it took for Megha to buy. That's what attribution window is. Now, what is an attribution model? An attribution model decides which ad gets credit when someone buys something after or maybe opts in. Whatever you're running the ads for, in this example, it's buy something. So an attribution model decides which ad gets credit when someone buys something after seeing or clicking multiple ads. Now, let's say in this example, when this happened, on day two, Megha saw your second ad. Day three, she saw ad number three. Day four, ad number four. Day five, ad number five. And on day five, she purchases. The question here is, which ad will get the credit for this sale? In the chat, guys. Which ad will get the credit for the sale? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Some of you are saying 1, some of you are saying 5. Yeah. Yeah. So here's the reality. That's the reason why I have this as a part of this training program. Meta uses last touch attribution model. This means the last ad someone interacted with, which means clicked or viewed before buying, gets the credit. Why is it important for you to understand? Here's the reason why. Let's assume ad number 5, scenario 1. Ad number 5 was a video ad. Megha saw the ad, clicked on it, bought, right? The sale gets attributed to ad number 5. Scenario number 2. Megha saw the video ad number 5 on day 5, but she did not click. She went to Google, searched for you or your brand, found your website, went onto your website, did some research or navigate, like she just browsed around here and there, checked out your other product and services and what people are saying about you, went on YouTube, searched about you or your brand, your reviews on your brand or maybe something like that. And then she purchased directly from there. But guess what initiated that search? What initiated that search? Ad number 5, right? Because she saw your ad number 5. So it does not matter whether the user is clicking on the ad or not clicking on the ad. If the user also just viewed the ad and then later on the sale happened, let's say the same day in this example, the ad that got Megha to do that, which is the last touch attribution model, gets the sale attributed. So ad 5 gets the conversion attributed because Meta uses last touch attribution model. Now, You will now realize why I say this is important. The reason, before I take you inside an ad account right now, I want to tell you this. The reason why it is important for you to realize it is that usually what happens, we are seeing in an ad account, we run this ad 1, ad 2, ad 3. People are buying from ad 5 because why? Because people like Megha on an average take 4 to 5 days to make a buying decision. By the way, if you do your research, there is an article from Google, Alphabet. Alphabet is a company, right? They publish an article that usually takes 4 to 5 like ads for someone to buy on an average, right? So usually what happens is when we run an ad, our first, second, and third ad is going to show us very high cost per result, or maybe bad cost per result, 0. What will we do? We will keep shutting this off, keep shutting this off, keep shutting this off. And as a result, when we scale with ad number 5, ad number 4, we are like, why are sales not happening? Why is conversion not happening? Because guess what did you do? You broke the journey. And that's what we do. That's the reason why I failed when I scaled my own funnel from 0 to 1.5 CR. Because when I went back to my own ad account to understand what did this agency do and why I was bleeding money, it turned out everything was completely broken. I had no historical data. I could not see anything because they were doing everything that we all do. They were duplicating things. They were doing everything the same thing, right? Let's talk about the one campaign method now, because fancy fails and simple scales. Who wants to see that in action? Type me in the chat. Who wants to see it in live in action right now? I'm going to pull up my ad account. One single master campaign, how we are doing it there. Okay. So let me show you this. Now, in this particular ad account, we have nothing running, and I selected maximum. We have this ad account is a mature ad account, spent 76 lakhs, still counting. Total amount spent in this one campaign is how much, guys? In the chat, 26 lakh. 26 lakh. Okay. Let's move on. Here's one master ad set inside that master campaign. Out of the 26 lakhs, 25 lakhs has been spent in this one master ad set itself. Almost 100% of it. Business goal is to get a sale within 1,000 rupees. But inside our agency, because I like to motivate each other and push the team and we want to work hard, I have set a goal of 500 for this client. The client gets a cost per purchase. Lifetime result average is 537 rupees till date. And here's what is going to blow your minds away. And this is what will now make you understand why this is important, why OCM works the way it does. One ad, still live, spent amount 7 lakh, cost per purchase 527, 4,30,000. Single, same ads in the same ad set. I mean, multiple ads, same ad set. One ad is spending 7 lakh. One ad is spending 4 lakh. One ad is running 4 lakh. One ad is running 2.6 lakh. One ad is running 2 lakh. And Meta itself is deciding which ad is going to go ahead and shown more to people. We are not deciding it. Meta is not, we are not bothering with it. We are not running any retargeting campaign at all. All that we do is just this one single ad set with one single master campaign, and all our winning ads are stacked inside. But yes, the number of ads, unique ads also matters, definitely. And you will see one important thing here that I want you to understand, that you will see how every ad has a different CPM. Type yes in the chat if you guys are following through. Every ad has a different CPM, right? And then you will see another thing out here, which is also very important for you guys to notice, that the overall, if we look at the overall average, the average frequency is 4.75. But however, individual ads frequency is not 4.75. One ad's frequency is 2.4. Another ad's frequency is 1.4, and so on and so forth, right? Saw it in action. Now I'm going to tell you why OCM works and how we are able to do it. Not on this account. We do it on each and every account. A person spending 1,000 rupees per day to a person spending 50,000 per day, 15,000 per day, doesn't matter. Same process, stable performance, consistent performance. Now, here's the truth. Here's the reality. How many of you understand what frequency is? Type me in the chat if you understand that. Okay, great. Some of you do. How many of you don't know? Type IDN if you don't know. Okay, some of you don't know. No problem. So I'll explain it to you in a very simplified manner. Okay, very, very simple way to make you understand. And the PPT almost ended now. Okay, let me tell you, and now I'm going to bring my whiteboard on. I'm going to explain you what OCM really does. Okay, but let me first tell you what frequency is. Rohan saw your ad one time. That's a frequency of 1. Then Rohan saw your ad 2 times. That's a frequency of 2. Understood? So how many times someone sees your ads means the frequency. Understood? Yes, in the chat. Simple. Everybody, especially people who did not know. Understood? Now, understand this, the next thing, which is also very important. How many times Rohan sees your multiple ads from your ad account, whatever you're launching in your ad account? How many times Rohan sees all your ads is your ad account's frequency versus how many times Rohan sees your individual ad is your individual ads frequency. For instance, you have an ad A, let's say ad 1 running. Rohan saw your ad 1 2 times. So what's the frequency for ad 1 in the chat, guys? Rohan saw your ad 1 2 times. So what will be the frequency of the ad 1? Number 2. Very good. 2 frequency, because I saw it twice, right? Now here's another scenario. You have ad number 2 also running. And now Rohan sees your ad number 2 also once. So what's your total ad account frequency now? How many times Rohan has seen your ads total? I saw your 2 ads 3 times. I saw your 2 ads 3 times. So what's the frequency? 3. This is what frequency really means. Now, here's what I want to make you understand why it is important. Did you guys notice in that ad account that I was sharing with you, the screen that I shared, the overall frequency of that ad set was 4.5 approximately. But not even a single ad had 4 or 3 or 4.5 frequency. Yes or no in the chat? Yes or no? Understood. Now tell me, does it not mean that Meta is choosing to show different ads to different individuals on its own? Because one ad has a frequency of 2, one ad has a frequency of 1.8, one ad has a frequency of 1.1, one ad has a frequency of 2.5, which means Meta plays like a team of soccer. This is an internal process we use, which is like a soccer game method approach. And we create a team of players and welcome to one campaign method. This is what OCM does. When we have OCM and a master ad set inside OCM stacked together, it becomes a team of soccer players. What it does is it's passing balls. So you remember the attribution model that I was talking about? So now we are not concerned about if one ad is giving 700 cost per result, another ad is giving 200 cost per result. We are not concerned about that. What we are looking at is just the average, and we are letting the team of players do the heavy lifting. We're letting the team of players do the magic here. And here's what I want to show you, that some people who got started with OCM just like in 2 days, 3 days, start to experience this. Aniket was struggling, but finally he was able to smash it in a couple of days. ROAS of 5.38x. Here's Rahul. In just 5 days of implementing, before average cost per result was 820 rupees, and after average cost per result dropped to 400 rupees. In 24 hours of implementing, Murtaza, who is targeting US market, doing this in international markets, cost per result is now at a profit margin of 33.37%. He applied OCM on a second account and a complete different niche store in a different business and says OCM is a no-brainer. Every single case study I talked about initially in the starting of the workshop, the ad account I walked you through right now, all of these people and everything I have to say and that I keep sharing with you guys is all through OCM. It works. Now I'm going to get the whiteboard here, tell you about two things which are like the frameworks of OCM, the standard frameworks of how we launch, how we take it to the finish line. Okay. That's framework. And I'm going to walk you through it, but I'll tell you that it's impossible for anyone to master things that took me years in 3 hours. It's not possible. But it's also impossible for me to tell someone why they needed in a 1 minute video, in a 1 minute ad. I can't do that. That is the reason we do these workshops. We work hard. Of course, I'm putting my time, money, effort here to do it. But it's important so that I can educate you why what I say works the way it does, because this is all proven with 100% transparency. I'm going to get my whiteboard. So I've got this table that it's a height adjustable table. I can adjust its height. And then we're going to begin with the OCM thing here. Yeah. So, and let me just be right back here. I'm going to have to plug this in. Okay, give me a second here, guys. Okay. OCM stands for one campaign method. All right. Now, okay, so I'm just going to change my mic. Can you guys hear me? I've changed my mic to my, plug this in now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? Is it better? Okay. 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 Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I want to get my whiteboard in and I want to hit the washroom. Let's take like a 2 minute breather. Okay. So let's take a 2 minute breather, go to the washroom or stuff like that. Let's come back in 2 minutes. I'm going to put my whiteboard here and start working on this. All right. Yeah. 2 minutes. I'm just going to leave everything as it is. And not more than 2 minutes. Okay. Be back in 2 minutes. I'm going to start.
All right. So, if you guys are like getting phenomenal learning experience and things you have discovered that you never knew about and you're already blown away with why you should actually do this, then type MB in the chat for me. MB is mind blown. Awesome. I'm glad, guys. Okay. All right.
How's the sound now, guys? Is it good now? Yes? Guys, how's the sound now in the chat? Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Right. So, see how much hard work we have to put in. All right. So, okay. Now I'm going to tell you about OCM. Okay. And I want you to pay attention to what OCM really is and how it kind of works. Okay. So, when we launch with OCM, we use a method called as 153. Okay. 153. Now, what is 153? 153 is a CBO method, campaign budget optimization. Now, we have one campaign, which we call as the name of this campaign is OCM MC. MC stands for not what you think. MC stands for master campaign, OCM MC. And then inside the master campaign, we have 5 ad sets. Okay. Ad set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, in each ad set, we have 3 ads. Understood? When we launch OCM, we follow this process. For this process to be applied, we use, because we are launching, which means we have no data, because we are just launching, brand new ad account, brand new product, brand new business, brand new funnel, brand new funnel, stuff like that. So when we're doing it, we are assuming that we have literally no data. Because of that, we're going to launch with this process. When we launch with this process, and because we have no data, we fall under the category of unvalidated product, or you can even say unvalidated business in most cases. So now we have to first get this idea, the product, the funnel validated. Therefore, we are not going to waste our time, money, and energy in deploying multiple ads to begin with. That is the reason why what we do is we use only one unique ad and we create 3 variations of the same ad. And that's how we have 3 ads. So one unique concept, and we create 3 variations of that one same concept. And then that becomes 3 different ads, and we launch them inside. That's what we do. Each ad set, because we have no data, has one single audience interest, each of them. Any niche specific audience interest. It could be, say, if I'm running something for digital marketing, then I can choose digital marketing as one interest, email marketing as another one, then could be, say, advertising another one, stuff like that. So one single interest. Very easy, nothing complicated. Okay. Questions towards the end, but type 1 in the chat if you got it. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. Smart people. I've got smart crowd today. I like it. You know, in workshop funnels, you don't really know the kind of people who are coming in, because until and unless you don't present, you don't know, right? But I think I've been very fortunate to experience all of this, because I think that people really, like, people have gotten smarter, like you guys, and which is good. So now, what do we do next? The next thing is, once we get 75 to 100 events in our OCM MC, we launch something called as master ad set. You guys remember the master ad set? The same ad set that I was showing you inside that ad account? That's our master ad set. Master ad set is a broad ad set. It has no audience interest. I mean, no audience interest, no interest. It's broad, right? And all that we do is, in the master ad set, we stack all the winning ads together in the master ad set. When we are growing the business and we are launching this and we are growing it, because we are waiting for 75 to 100 conversion events. And till the time we hit the 75 to 100 conversion events, what we are doing is we are just testing different ad creatives simultaneously to find new winning ad creatives. And when we find new winning ad creatives, all that we do is we keep them stacking inside our master ad set, because master ad set has all the winners. We want to make our master ad set become the team of winners. That's it. So we keep launching new tests to find new creative for the same product or funnel. We find the new winning creative, we take that and we put it to the master ad set. And we just do this thing only. What if I told you that we do not spend more than 10 minutes to 15 minutes on a single ad account daily, on a daily basis, irrespective of how much that ad account is spending? So if the ad account is spending 30,000 per day, 15,000 per day, 50,000 per day, all that we do is we spend 10 to 15 minutes per day, nothing else. And the reason why is because once we have a winning creative, we stack that into the master ad set and then we let it roll. That's it. We leave it to Meta, and Meta does its job. It's not our problem, it's Meta's problem now. And now what we do when we optimize, guess what? You have one OCM MC which has one master ad set. Every time now you launch different tests, you can simply launch inside your OCMC. Why? Because OCMC was CBO. Keep launching the tests here, find the winners, stack them here, and guess what happens? No audience overlap, no auction overlap, no audience fragmentation. And as a result, the performance is super consistent and stable. That's why we do things the way we do things. Now, of course, like we discussed before, and you also know, and I also know, of course, you'll have questions, and I'm going to share the Google form with you. But as I told you in the beginning of the workshop, that there is going to be an offer that I'm going to make to you guys, which is for a 4-week cohort-based program. I'm going to cohort-style program. I'm going to talk about that just now, because it is humanly impossible for anyone to teach anything in 3 hours and make that person become a master at it. Of course, I had to educate you why OCM, what it can do, stuff like that, give a framework to you, how to launch it, stuff like that. We do not follow anything you currently know. For example, we don't think about increasing our budget by only 10%, 15%. We don't. Or every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If I want to increase budget every day, which we do, I keep doing it. If I want to increase budget every third day, we keep doing it. If I want to double the budget the next day, We do it. We have case studies where we took ad accounts from spending 9,000 rupees per day to 42,000 rupees per day in 7 days. How about that? We have a case study where we took ad account from zero to spending 30,000 rupees per day with consistent performance. We have an ad account where we took the ad account from spending zero to spending 15,000 per day with consistent performance, and then spending 15,000 every day. The moment client tells us, hey, in this month, I want to achieve this number of sales. This is my business goal. Can we increase the budget? You're like, okay. In the first 2 weeks itself, we achieve the target and we drop the budget down. So we take the daily budget to 50,000, 40,000, 30,000 per day, for example. Scenario wise depends. But let's say 30,000, for example. We run it for like, say, 2 weeks, 10 days. The goal is being met almost. We straight away drop it down by 15,000. We let it run at half budget for the remaining second half of the month. Once the new month starts, we again increase the budget, simply double it by editing it. Peaceful performance. All that we are now focused on is spending our time outside of the ad account. The frequency is not a problem. Why? Because Meta is retargeting automatically. When I showed you guys that ad account was retargeting automatically, what does high frequency means? If there are so many ads, tell me this. If there are so many ads over here, like when we talk about different ads, in this particular case, in this case, we have currently 12 active ads in MAS, the same case study that I was sharing with you, 12 ads. In this case, the total frequency of MAS was 4.5, but not even a single ad had a frequency of 4.5. If you see at different ads, it was probably 2.5. This was 1.5. This was 1.3. This was 2.8. This was 2.4, 1.5, stuff like that. An average of all of these 12 ads was 4.5, which means what? Which means ad one, Meta is choosing to show someone, say, Rohan, one time. Then he's thinking, okay, this person saw this ad, then maybe this person now needs to see this ad. So showed me this ad, then the next ad. But on an average, out of all of these 12 ads, Meta is showing an total ads from this company, from this brand, from this product to its users 4.5 times. Because Meta knows that is a sweet spot. And as a result of this, what happens? Ad fatigue does not happen. How many of you understand what ad fatigue is? Type me in the chat. As a result of this, ad fatigue is not happening, because when we run Facebook ads and we retarget the audience, when Meta is retargeting on its own, if you're running ads right now, go to your ad account and check the frequency. What does that mean? If a frequency is more than one, what is that supposed to mean? Meta is retargeting on its own. So when we retarget, what do? Forget about ad fatigue. We are doing brand fatigue. Forget about brand fatigue. We are doing product fatigue. We are pushing people into things. And that's what people don't want. It becomes pushy marketing. And that's why businesses fail, because the concept and the approach itself is broken. But OCM is here to save. So it took me years to create all of this, guys. Learn all of this, master all of this. I'm going to take 10 minutes. I have a Google document, nothing fancy. I don't even like fancy things. I keep things very, very simple. Our process is very simple, straightforward. We just focus on creating master ad set, and then we keep stacking ads inside. Everybody who is a part of OCM Mastery is doing the same thing. We do the same thing. Every client that we have onboarded, we are following the same thing. I'm going to talk about the 4-week OCM Mastery program just now. It's going to take about 10 minutes. It's a Google document. It's a 4-week program. And just so you know, you will be shocked to see how economical I have kept it but I just want to do it this way. So with your permission, can I just take 10 minutes and talk about that, and then we will hop on to Q&A? Fair enough? Thank you, guys. Thank you. Sir mat bolo yaar, like don't call me sir. Rohan is good. Rohan is good. Okay, so, all right. So here's what it is. I'm just going to zoom this in. Okay. Visible, guys? Yes or no in the chat if it's visible? Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right. So now what I want to go ahead and share with you is the week-wise overview and what exactly this program is all about. This program is for anyone who wants to launch, scale, and then dominate the future with Facebook ads as effortlessly as possible, and basically safeguard yourself from what's about to happen. Third-party cookies are dying, death of data, third-party data, you already know it. Now, who is this for? E-commerce businesses, local businesses, online coaches, consultants, service providers, SaaS companies, influencers and content creators, non-profit organizations, health and wellness businesses, real estate agencies, B2B, B2C lead generation, info products, books and courses. Basically, so many of them I personally have hands-on experience in, but it just works with anything you can think about. Now, here's the week-wise overview. Week one is going to be the foundations, where we'll talk about, dive deep into these 7 foundational steps, where we'll talk about things like what's OCM exactly and how does it work? Simplifying the first-party data and third-party data, again, in a more deeply done manner. Advantage Plus and original audience, we will talk about that. Okay, you may have this question. We currently stick to Advantage Plus. It's doing very well. It was not working well, but now we have this working with OCM. It just does wonders for us. And this lesson, I've explained how we do it and why it works the way it does. The future of audience targeting and how to safeguard yourself, decoding the ad auction system to win the game of Facebook ads, ad attribution system, how OCM uses the soccer strategy. This one chapter has gotten us the most amount of testimonials because it just blows people's minds away, because you will find out how I simplify this with the soccer strategy and you'll understand it. Why OCM works and how it makes your life peacefully profitable. Then we move on to week number 2, which is the implementation week, where we talk about the variables in an ad, the framework intro, the total ads needed in 153. All these are video lessons with guides and SOPs. So 113 framework intro, we have a 113 framework as well. Then what are the qualifying KPIs for winners for 153 and 113? When to use these 153 and 113, the scaling budget formula, the kill point. How do you define the kill point? How do I define the kill point? When to kill an ad, when to kill a particular test we are doing. So how do we define it? Launching OCM on new ad accounts. I give you my walkthrough. Why not launch with broad right away? You might have that question right now. Okay, Rohan, why did you choose to start with 5 ad sets? If you're launching for the first time, why are we not going broad? So more understanding on that. Do we need to follow the launch SOP every time? Simple naming convention, like we follow the same ad account that you saw. We have a very simple naming convention that it becomes very easy for you to manage your business at scale. Launching OCM on new ad accounts. So I give you a live ad account walkthrough. It's a live account. Like I'll show you one of our clients' accounts where we have deployed it, still running it, and how we did it, how we launched it. There's another ad account I walked you through. Then there's an existing accounts I walk you through, an SOP on that. Then approaching e-commerce with OCM when you have multiple SKUs or catalog, like you've got multiple products or list of series of products, and how do you apply that when you are running multiple funnels, multiple products? How do you use OCM in that scenario? When you're running one single product or multiple digital products, promoting courses, workshops, webinars, high ticket funnel, multiple funnels, same business, different businesses. How do you really manage with OCM? It's all about that. Then week 3 is scaling and optimization, where I give you deep down case study breakdowns, like 9,000 per day to 42,000 per day in 7 days that I was telling you about earlier. So I give you a live ad account walkthrough of that. 30,000 per day live ad account walkthrough of that. Then there's an ad budget and optimization calculator that I use, very simple thing, and I share that with you, and I share how you can access that calculator, how we use it inside our agency. I give you SOP walkthrough, number of ad creatives recording according to the daily budget. which is a creative scaling SOP. I forgot to mention it here. So let me actually tell you, correct this. It's a creative scaling SOP. Okay. Which is a number of ad creatives according to the daily budget. How to increase the budget easily with stability in different scenarios, how to keep increasing the budget without stress, how to plan and manage the scaling of your ad accounts and business, the 10-minute optimization practice we follow in our agency, not just me, even Supratim, who's our in-house media buyer, how we do this, ad optimization checklist that we follow, BOD, which means beginning of the day, end of the day, the checklist we follow. Then something to do with creative testing, like why do businesses fail at advertising? Sprint tests for rapid ad ideas. When you are like, say you are a big brand and you have thousands of ad ideas to launch, but then you can't launch one ad and wait for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, right? So how do you decide which ad do you want to take forward, or which idea do you want to take forward? Sprint testing method helps in that, where there's a process we use where we test 10 ideas in 24 hours with 100 rupees, not conversion ads, but there's a process we follow. And this is usually for big brands. Sometimes we use it. 5 different ways to test an individual ad creatives, creative optimization with OCM, what to test in a video ad creative, carousel, image, creative concepts, case studies, and breakdowns, a lot of crazy stuff. And throughout this program, you're going to have this understanding of these principles, okay? Some of them is like only 3 ways to customize ad targeting without paying a premium for conversions. Why OCM accounts helps you to maximize profitable ad spend. Common mistakes, 5-minute daily habit, efficiency scaling, retargeting. How can you retarget your competitors' traffic? Technically, you will do that. It's legal, ethical, and with OCM, we do that actually. The simple way to stop your ads from competing against each other, which is what OCM helps you do, because you're not competing against each other, because you are not experiencing any audience overlap. As a result of that, there is no auction overlap. And as a result of that, the performance automatically stabilizes. The soccer game approach to make Meta find customers at the lowest cost possible, and a lot of crazy stuff. And here's some list of some crazy bonuses. So just want to tell you, all of this that I share with you throughout these 4 weeks, each and everything will have SOPs and presentations. And I will share that with you so that you have access to all of them and you can download them, print them out, keep them with you, make a book out of them. Some students have done that, and you can do that. And I also give you an OCM graduation seminar by the end of 4 weeks, which will be, I call it 3 hours. The last time I did it, it actually ended up going on for like 5.5 hours. So even though I say 3 hours, but maybe it can go for 4 or 5 hours, where we have a detailed Q&A with me. People talk about their business ideas and stuff like that, and we graduate people. So that's what I give you access to. Ad scaling budget calculator, ad creative testing SOPs, performance tracking SOPs, sprint test validation SOPs, private group access with on-the-go support, where our members are added, lifetime access to the course material, and access to full course material in English as well as in Hindi. So yes, I worked super hard for you guys so that I can simplify it in both the languages and give the content to you in both the languages. So you will get access to all of this in a pre-recorded manner in English as well as Hindi. Live training replays on advertising psychology and scaling businesses with Facebook ads. These are like 3 hours each training. So that's 6 hours content there. So these are some crazy kick-ass bonuses. Before you have questions and you start asking questions, I just want to tell you right now that here's how this is going to go. Like, all of this content that I have shared with you is going to be in a pre-recorded format because there's a lot of content. Okay. So I will deliver the content to you. You start getting access to it. We will do the onboarding. You do the onboarding and we go through the onboarding process. There's where I tell you exactly the pathway you need to follow. And in that onboarding session, I will tell you exactly what to start with the first and some basically housekeeping rules. I'll share that with you, give you access to the group where other students are hanging out and where people share their results and stuff. So I'll give you access. So all of that happens during the onboarding session. Okay. Onboarding session is happening. This onboarding session is happening on Monday. Okay. Now, on Monday, we will onboard you at 8 p.m. Okay. So Monday, 8 p.m. is when we are doing the onboarding session. Monday, 8 p.m. Okay. It is just a 30-minute session, not something long or lengthy. During the onboarding session, I'm going to give you access to the course material and tell you the housekeeping rules. Okay. And also the access to the group. Okay. The private group. Okay. All of that is going to happen in the onboarding. That's it. And I will ask you to introduce yourself. We basically do that. I will ask you your goal, your biggest challenges, and then I'll help you understand how we connect during the graduation ceremony and how OCM can transform your business and transform your basically money making aim, the money making goal. And all the content you get, which was the entire 4 week curriculum, the process, all of this is given to you in English as well as Hindi. So you get both the languages, English as well as Hindi. And the reason why I do it this way is so that you get lifetime access to the course material and you don't have to stick to like, oh, it's only 4 week. Then what happens if I have after that? You get lifetime access to the community support on the go, and you get lifetime access to the course material in English and Hindi, both the language, so that you can revisit as many times as you want, whenever you want. That's what the offer is. And here's the payment link. And I'm going to also share the Google Form link as well. So I've paused the chat, guys, for obvious reasons. So the payment link is now in the chat. You can go ahead and check, make the payment. Once you make the payment, you will get a WhatsApp message. And we are going to meet on Monday during the onboarding session. Supratim is going to send you a message with your onboarding session link. And in that session, I'll walk you through a quick training, which is on the onboarding, and we'll get started and rock and roll. That's what it is. All right, so do that. And while you're doing it, I want to just go ahead and people ask me usually, Rohan, that why do you do it at this cheap price? Like, why is it so cheap what you're selling? And I tell them that here's the reason why I do what I do the way I do it. Here's what people had to say about some of our students.
My name is Nagur. I'm a marketing consultant. I have been working with international clients all across the world. I provide my digital marketing services. So I have been in this industry for 3 years now. I recommend Rohan because he's one of the people who can literally transform your life. So I can honestly say that. And he damn knows what he talks about, and he really good at what he does because whatever he teaches comes out of his own experience.
I think he himself puts a lot of pressure on himself and goes really deep into starting right. Now, I know a lot of advertising guys thanks to my rich media experience. I think Rohan comes across as a fairly sorted digital marketing person. He's up to date. He's aware of the changes that are happening because in the digital world, you're constantly evolving. I've come across very few people who are constantly on the move, constantly learning, and actually be a couple of steps ahead of the market before those trends come into the market. So that I think makes him one of the best from a digital advertising acumen.
Hey, what is up, everyone? I just wanted to take some time and give you guys a genuine feedback about my mentor Rohan Sapra. So, because of him, I am who I am right now. So, I have seen a lot of mentors who just talk, but Rohan Sapra leads by example and he walks the talk. And I can guarantee you that if you follow him, you'll definitely get more value and achieve more results in your life as well as your marketing efforts. And when it comes to advertisement, he is the original gangster and he knows a lot about big desires and mass desires, so which I'm trying to grasp the knowledge from him because he has this tremendous knowledge stored inside of him and he has executed everything what he has said in his videos, so I can pledge for that.
My name is Hemant and I'm a digital marketer providing copywriting and funnel building services. So I'm creating this video to share my feedback about Rohan Sapra.
Guys, forgot to mention, once you're done, you can just come here in the chat and type done and continue watching.
So since I have connected with Rohan Sapra for quite a long time and I have learned so many things from him. So based on experience, I can say that I have seen that he's one of the most honest and transparent person as a coach, as a mentor. He doesn't try to hide things at his level whenever it comes to delivering a content. And his main motive is just to help his mentees, his students as much as possible so they can reach their goals. And the another thing that I have liked about him so much is that his way of breaking down the complex topics in simple steps, like in simple things. So he has perfected by how to break these advanced topics and concepts into at such a granular level that even a newbie can use it and understand it easily, and you can build and start working on it on. And the other thing that I have observed about him, that he he mostly undertalk and over deliver. By this what I mean to say, like suppose whatever he is promising to deliver, be rest assured that you are going to get at least 10 times value of it. So if you ever got an opportunity to get mentoring from him or get any coaching from him, so don't give a second thought. You are surely going to reach your goal under his mentoring and his guidance.
If you get the chance to get into his program, grab it with both hands. That will be the best investment of your lifetime. Not only you will scale your business, but you will learn new life skills which are needed to sustain the business success.
From the longest time, I had this dream. I really wanted to like reach out to a lot of people, help a lot of people, but I was stuck. I was really stuck. I tried everything myself. I literally tried everything myself, but obviously because of I didn't have any proper knowledge of marketing, advertisements, offer creations. I didn't have that kind of knowledge, because of which I struggled. I was not able to build a business around this. I was not able to build my online presence around this in this competitive market. So one fine day, I would really say one fine day, really, we found Rohan, and it changed our lives. It literally changed our lives. And not only that, Rohan is a kind of a mentor who goes out of his way, out of his comfort zone, I'm sure, to help his students. Like you can reach out to him at any time and he gets back to you ASAP. And, I would really say to everyone that if you get an opportunity to have Rohan as your mentor, you should really grab it with both your hands. Don't give it a second thought, just grab this opportunity. Because I would like to repeat that it's not really about how good you are in your business, how good you are in your niche, how good how good you are in what you do. I'm pretty sure everyone is very good in what they do. But when it comes to a business building, a brand building in this competitive world, running advertisements, doing marketing, offer creations, funnels, you really need help. Otherwise, we keep on struggling. And I was struggling for the longest time. It's only after I had Rohan as my mentor, things started to flourish for me.
Rohan sir is one of the most honest and transparent person that I have ever known. He has shared his client's account with us and shown what campaign structure he is following, and that too with full honesty and full transparency. No one in the industry does this, but he has done it. And one more special thing, that he has the ability to simplify difficult concepts so that even a layman can understand easily and grasp it and implement them. So if you ever get a chance to learn from Rohan sir, if you ever get a chance to be a part of his mentorship, his community, just grab that opportunity and blindly implement what he says. You will definitely reach your goals. There is nothing that can stop.
Everybody understands Hindi here? If you do, then type yes in the chat. Okay, some guys don't. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say it in both the languages, English and Hindi. Okay. here's what I would want to tell you. English first, okay? The day our work starts to speak, the world starts to listen. And I would repeat myself. The day our not money, the day our work starts to speak, the world starts to listen. You love Shah Rukh Khan not because he's rich. You love him because of the actor he is. It's his work. You love Virat Kohli not because he's rich. You love him because who he is. The day our work starts to speak, the world starts to listen. अब हिंदी में सुनो. जिस दिन हमारा काम बोलने लगता है, उस दिन दुनिया सुनने लगती है. मुझसे लोगों ने बहुत पूछा. People were asking me that why did you not do this for so long and you launched your agency a few years back then? And the reason why was this. The reason why was this. That when I come and present in my workshops, I don't want to, I don't want to just make a lot of effort to tell, like I just sometimes I just feel uncomfortable to talk great things about myself. Like it's like very weird. So I'm like, I will work hard so that people can talk good things about me. And then basis on that, I can get the right kind of people who vibe with me on that, with that kind of a mindset and work with me on that, like together, learn from me, basically. That's why I have this compilation of these testimonials. And believe you me, I have many more than this, okay? But I hope that you got the authenticity and honesty that I wanted to drive home today. That this is just the way it is. All of you guys, I don't even open my payment gateways. I don't call out names. I don't do any of this because people who want to join are going to join. People who don't want to join, that's completely fine. But we are closing this way of doing the OCM. And this is going to be the last session. We're going to do it this way. And we're going to change things around. And it is not going to be this way. So this is just the last time. That's why it says final batch over there. And just want to go ahead and tell you, all of you guys who have completed the transaction, that you will get a WhatsApp message and Supratim is going to reach out to you. And Supratim is going to reach out to you and we'll do the onboarding on Monday. So from there, you'll get the access and we'll open up the week-wise chapters for you. And you just start posting things and on the go. We are very quick at support system. And I would share the group support system and stuff like that. But I did it of the previous week and then people start sending requests to join the group. And then we have to keep, declining the request. It becomes a mess. Otherwise, I would say that it's a pretty active support system. It's not like that we don't listen to your queries or something like that. We do. Okay. Now, coming to Q&A, my favorite part. So we're going to do Q&A for about 30 minutes, guys. Okay. Because it's already 9:10. So we're going to go till 9:45 max. I'm going to share this Google form link with you. And I want you to drop your questions about OCM mastery, everything in the Google form. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. So drop the questions. And in case you want me to answer any question to do with your business model, because I've seen a lot of times people struggle with their advertising, not because they don't know the basics of Facebook ads, but I've seen people struggle because they don't have business foundational clarity. So they don't understand the business models. They don't understand how to present their product in the marketplace. They're trying to do something unique, but they're not able to get people to understand what they're saying. And as a result, their business keeps failing. They don't make money through ads. So you can ask me things about business advertising principles, like anything around business building as well. And I'll be more than happy and willing to answer and take up those questions. In fact, as a matter of fact, I like talking about those things more. So I would be more than happy and willing to do this. All right, questions in the Google form, guys. Questions in the Google form. All right, so I'm just gonna know, guys, there's no recording, there's no replay. I never said it anywhere, and so there's no replay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just share this with you. which is this. So just in case some of you missed, so here's the Razorpay link, and you can get this. And here's the Google form link. You can drop your questions. I'm going to pull up the Google form and I'm going to start answering the questions. Rock and roll. All right. Okay, so I'm starting with the Q&A. Let me pull this up. Okay. The link and the form link is the payment link, and the form link is in the chat, guys. Okay. All right. So I've got plenty of questions. And I'm going to, like I said in the very beginning, I'm going to try to take up all the questions because, of course, I would love to. But I will go on till 9:45 p.m. Okay. All right. So the first question is, doesn't Facebook's algorithm work in a way that eventually starts grouping audiences? For example, if targeting is set for all of India and I see revenue from Mumbai, the algorithm will keep showing ads to people primarily based in Mumbai. As a result, the cost per acquisition increases, leading to the need of multiple campaigns. So not really, it keeps changing things around. It's true and not true. Like, there's a limit. So Meta understands it. So there is a reason why a campaign is launched in a way, in a sense, where it asks you to first select a campaign objective, right? So let's say, for example, we select a campaign objective as sales, and then we optimize it for conversions, which could be purchases, right? So when we do that, Meta understands and knows this very well, that ultimately, as an advertiser, we want this campaign goal to be met as to be this, which is delivering sales. As soon as Meta realizes that in the initial launch, Meta realizes that our potential buyers are coming from Mumbai. So Meta starts showing more of our ads to people in Mumbai. And then after a while, that stops performing. Meta figures that out. It learns from it again and starts to pivot. So never have we ever seen that. And a lot of things that people say in the advertising space, unfortunately, in the Facebook ad space, is a lot of things is coming from speculation. It's not coming from evident data. So, for example, you will be shocked to know that we do not look at majority of the performance metrics that you probably are aware of. For example, we don't look at hook rates as such. We don't look at hold rates. We don't look at any of these complicated metrics until and unless our cost per result is not being met. Once we have winners in place, then we start to optimize things accordingly. And never have I ever personally experienced this challenge at all. And I'll tell you, there was one case scenario where we were running a funnel in 2 languages for a digital product client. One language was English, other language was Marathi. So 2 different languages, English, Marathi. And we had OCM MC running, and it was just managing things on its own. So in such cases, when we want to do something, we deploy another master ad set for say a different country. Say, for example, I want to show ad not just in India, but I want to show ad to people in United States, but for the same product. If that's the case, then I'm going to have one master ad set for India, one master ad set for United States. If I have one product for English, one product for Marathi, then I'm going to have that one master ad set for English, one master ad set for Marathi. In certain case scenarios, this is how we do it. But within the same country and this, not at all, not even a challenge. I hope that helps. All right. So moving to the next question is by Mushir. I know your OCM method and I'm using it to scale, not to launch. I watched each and every YT video. Thank you, appreciate it. And great to have you here, Mushir, on your channel. But while implementing the strategies you share, I am facing some problems with different ad accounts. Okay. For example, my whey protein client, old account, already spending 60,000 per day with 25 campaigns. Oh my God, nightmare. Waiting CBO campaigns till the 100 orders to launch a master ad set. My ROAS gets really low. For my beauty client, says his OCM not working. For my health and wellness client ad account, this method is very not stable. One day it's on a high. Okay. Would you please give me some tips to stabilize all 3 projects mentioned above until I finish this 4 weeks training? Hoping after that I would not have any query. Yes. So Mushir, first of all, thank you for asking such a brilliant question. I like good questions. This is a very good question. And I'll tell you the honest facts. So Mushir, tell me. So I'm going to open the chat, guys. And for you guys who have done the transaction, you can type done in the chat, like who did not type the done before, in case you missed typing done, so that my team can look into it. And coming back to Mushir, and the chat is open now. For you guys, Mushir, you still here, Mushir? Type yes in the chat if you're here. Okay, awesome. So Mushir, I'll tell you, do you want me to give you the answer that you want to hear, or do you want me to give you the answer that you should hear? Want or should? W or S? Okay. Should, right. Eight times out of 10 times, 80% of the times, every time I have audited an ad account, which is not stable in performance, I'm saying 80%, and I'm being very modest when I'm saying 80%. I honestly, if I have to tell you, I think 95%. Okay. Like never have I. So first of all, there is nothing called as one campaign method out there, right? Because nobody probably uses. If there are people who are doing similar stuff, then maybe they are. I don't know about them, but so that's why people have a messed up ad account. So they have like you said that you've got 25 campaigns over there, right? So it becomes extremely challenging for anybody to manage and optimize this, because you're going to be sleep deprived. You are gone because you can't manage so many campaigns and still deliver the performance you want. So here's the reality that I want to tell you and everybody out here. Okay. The reality is this. First, I'll tell you the reason, then I'll tell you why it happens. The reason is, let's assume this is our total market. This is our TAM. You can say available market size, okay, or addressable market, TAM. This is our entire TAM. Let's say we launch an ad. This is ad number 1. This attracts to a couple of people, group of people. There's an ad number 2. This again attracts to a few people. Then we have this ad we create, ad 3. Now this starts to attract more people. Right? And so on and so forth. Every individual perceives the information and understands the information differently. Of course, this is a debatable topic. Of course, I can say that it also depends on the one who is teaching it. Well, one perspective, yes. But here's what I'm trying to say. The way people interpret different things can be different than every individual. If you're solving a 4-piece puzzle, 4 pieces, one puzzle with 4 pieces, you may get stuck at figuring out the second piece of that same puzzle, and Rohan may get stuck at solving that same puzzle and figuring out the third piece of that same puzzle. Why? Because we are different individuals. That is the reason why. Because of this phenomena, which is a psychological stuff, what happens here is this. This is what happens. When we launch say ad 1, 2, this ad has a marketing message. The style of the ad, the tonality in the ad, the face in the ad, the hook in the ad, the content in the ad, the logic in the ad, the proof of concept in the ad, everything that we have curated to create this particular ad, creates this entire ad, all the elements of an ad, makes an ad. This ad has a message. This message may just attract to a few people or a group of people, which may or may not be as scalable as you think it is. And as a result of this, here's what ends up happening. As a result of that, when we get launched this and we get initial results, because Meta is very good at understanding this, so it delivers you the results because of the AI image recognition model. And if your product has potential, that is, it's going to deliver the result, like the ads to those number of people. But the moment we start to increase the budget on this ad, and say, for example, just an example, say we were running at 1,000 per day, and say from here, we increase the budget and we take it to 2K per day. Okay. Now, what happens is the performance of this particular ad may not be the same at 2,000 per day. And the reason is because this ad is not going to attract people who get attracted with this ad. This ad is not going to deliver more, get attracted to, or make these people get attracted towards if they see this ad. At the same time, if we have this ad inside our MAS, master ad set, following the OCMC process, this ad may be scaled, say, for example, to 1K per day. But if we take it beyond 1K per day, it's going to create a problem. Why? Because it's going to be unstable because of the message this ad has. So as an advertiser, our job, and using the OCMMC, our job is this. We want to, and this is a soccer game analogy that I share inside the program. So we want a team of players. Okay. How many of you watch cricket? Cricket fans? Soccer fans? Right? If you're not a soccer fan, you at least know soccer, right? Now say in this World Cup, last World Cup, India won the World Cup, but Virat Kohli did not perform his best during the World Cup. So if he did not perform well in that tournament, should India chuck him out? Should India throw him out from the team? No. Every best person has a bad day, or a series of bad days, or a bad season. But that doesn't mean that person has no potential. You remember that same example I was sharing with you guys when I was talking about the attribution model? In the attribution model, that's the exact same thing happens. So when we have a team of players, player 1, 2, this is ad 1, ad 2, ad 3, ad 4, ad 5, so on and so forth, around different concepts, completely different concepts. This is a unique concept, this is a unique concept, this is another unique concept, this is another unique concept, this is another unique concept. Winning ad, because we are only putting winning ads in the master ad set. This ad on day 1 may not perform well, but this ad may score more goals. So think of them as soccer players. This guy saw this ad, then did not buy or click. After that, Meta realized, because of Meta's algorithm and machine learning, Meta realized that the ball needs to be passed to ad number 2. So now the ball came here and this person saw this ad. Immediately this person clicked, and boy, the sale got attributed to ad number 2. But how did the conversation start? Ad number 5. So the one who introduced the person to the brand or the product was ad number 5. But the one who closed it was the ad number 2. But that does not mean the ad number 2 would have been able to score a goal if ad number 5 would not have passed the ball to ad number 2. So this is a game of soccer. I dive deeper into this in the program, but this is what I want you to understand. The reason why things become unstable, there are 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is the complicated campaign structure. Okay, that's the root cause. The reason why I want to teach OCM is not that OCM is a shortcut to success. The way I started this workshop was that 10x ROAS is 10x ROAS in 30 days does not exist. You know it, I know it. You have tried it all, I have tried it all. I am not even selling a shortcut to anybody here. The way I say things, even in my YouTube videos, is that the one who works the hardest is the one who is going to win. Volume negates luck. Volume negates luck. The one who is more skilled and works harder is the one who ultimately wins. So I'm not selling a shortcut to success, but what I'm saying here is that you have to streamline your campaign structures and media buying strategy so that you can work on these principles, which is what advertising really is all about. So that you have a team of players for your each brand or product or client or business that you're handling and running ads for using Facebook ads. And as a result, collectively grow your ad account or grow your business. So the reason why a campaign's performance is fluctuating, as I said in the beginning, that 95% of the times, this is the most common reasons. There are two reasons why this happens. Reason number one is they have a plethora of campaigns running and everything is all over the place. They don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they don't know because they don't know. They're duplicating, launching everything. Every day they're launching a new campaign or ad set. Every day. I ask them, why are you doing it? And they're like, oh, performance fluctuates. But long-term is a problem because you're losing the data. You're not able to see historical data because you keep relaunching it. Then you don't know, you lose the numbers, you lose the track of things. All right. So that's number one, the complicated campaign structures. The second reason is the quantity of winning ads. That's the most common second thing. People are scaling to 50,000 per day, 30,000 per day, 60,000 per day. In your case, the gentleman who asked this question, Mushir, 60,000 per day. But the unique ad concepts, I won't be surprised if they're probably around 5 or 7. I won't be surprised. How many unique ad concepts do you have, Mushir, for this account? Unique, not a variation of an existing winner. Tell me unique. Absolutely like nothing to do with the other ad. Roughly, give me a rough idea. Don't have to be specific, exact. Probably. As far as 4 to 5. See, you know how much, guess how much ads do we run when we're running somebody at 10,000? Unique. 11 to 12. 10. At 10, 15,000 rupees. You see the problem. And the reason I explained you the TAM is so huge, but when we have some ads that are giving some selling power to our product or service, it to make sense to a few set of people. Some ads may make sense to bigger group of people than any other ad. But that does not mean that one ad is for your entire TAM. That is the reason why we have to keep ad ideas and keep launching new ads every single time and just put things into MAS. There have been and I have broken down the case studies inside this program, and you'll see day wise I've broken it down. Like on day 1 this happened, day 2 this happened, day 3, entire month I'm breaking down day wise. To you guys, the power of patience. Because what's going to happen is you will see inside the case that sometimes there were those days when the cost per result for ad account, whose goal was to get the cost per result in 500 rupees, the cost went to 900 rupees, 950 rupees. But I did not do anything. I did not pause the ads. I did not stop them. I did not kill the loser, call it a loser. No, why? Because if Virat Kohli did not perform in a World Cup, doesn't mean Virat Kohli doesn't deserve a place in the team. If it didn't perform this season, completely fine. It gave me good results initially. The player is not in the best form. But I'm not even going to look at individual ads. I'm going to just look at the average cost per. That's it. And if average cost per result is met, I don't even look at anything else. Now, any other follow-up question you have on this, it will be answered in the program because you will have to deeply, but this is just the honest. I asked you to tell you what you want to hear. Do you want me to tell you what you should hear? What I told you is what you should know, and not just you, but each and every single individual who is present in this workshop today. All of you guys need to hear this, what I just shared with you. All of you guys need to know it. This is the truth. So laser targeting, not going to help. Duplicating campaigns, help. Launching multiple campaigns, not going to help. Launching retargeting ads, not going to help. In some cases, it may. For example, you are running a Black Friday deal only for 24 hours. Okay, run a retargeting ad. Makes sense. But pretty much these limited scenarios, but nothing is going to help you to stabilize your performance. And moreover, give it time. The number one problem, oh my God, such a huge issue with people in ads is they just don't wait. They just don't wait. 7 days. When I look at our average, we look at 7 days average. We don't even look at daily performance. I don't even enter the ad accounts every day. I am focused on ads. It's a perspective shift, okay? And it's going to take a while for the market to understand what I'm saying, because this is very unusual, very unusual to what people say. And that's why I'm working very hard to have bigger brands, work with bigger brands and present bigger case studies. And with God's grace, we are getting there. And one day I'll bring a very big case study to you guys, and that day you'll realize. So it's because it's very logical. The approach is we're not launching things, bunch of things, because ultimately we know that if we increase our ad spend, the cost rises. Increase our ad spend, the cost rises. So we have to work in a way which is more easy to manage, which means OCM becomes easy and clear to manage. And then we just have to do what we are supposed to do, which is when the cost rises for an ad, we need to find a new ad. So we need to just create ads. So why are we spending our time in different things and understanding hook rate, hold rate, stuff like that? That's my answer. This is the reason why it happens. And I hope if this blew your mind, guys, type MB in the chat. MB. This entire answer, it was a long answer about the ad perspective and how people perceive different things, right? Differently. This is the essence of advertising. This is what advertising really is. We run ads so that we can sell product. Tell me this. We have an internal joke, an inside joke, and I'll share that joke with you. What are customers seeing? Do our customers see Ads Manager, or do they see the ads? What are they seeing? They are going to see ads. So why are we obsessing so much over the Ads Manager when algorithms and AI is doing so much, the majority of heavy lifting for us? Why are we obsessing over layer targeting, interest targeting, stacking, doing this, doing that? Oh my God, placement, I should do manual placement. I am getting everybody is clicking here. Is coming from a Samsung device. Let me just run a Samsung device campaign and let me just take iOS. Okay, so this crowd is coming from 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. I'm going to run my ads only between this time period. I'm going to just take a chill pill. Take it easy. Go. Have fun. Give it time. Look at weekly averages. Don't look at daily performance. Look at weekly average. Anybody who has gone to a restaurant and experienced a queue of like waiting line, type yes in the chat. You went to a queue, went to a restaurant, you experienced a queue, like there was a waiting list. Yes? Yes in the chat if you have experienced this. Any restaurant you went to. Could be any restaurant. Now, did you stop going to the restaurant? Did you then go to the restaurant the next day, some other days, but you saw that it was kind of empty? It was empty. There was no waiting. So when we expect Facebook ads to give us same exact performance every day, then here's what we are doing. We are lying to ourselves and we are being hopeful and honestly fearful. If I only look at every day, I'm just being like a micromanaging boss who's going to Mark Zuckerberg every day and saying, Mark, I'm going to slap you if you don't give me the same number of sales or better sales daily. I'm being that boss. But if I look at it, if I zoom out, and if I look at it on a weekly and a monthly basis, the average, then it's going to be like, okay, yeah, Monday was a little low, Tuesday was a little better, Wednesday went again low, Thursday became good, Friday became good, Saturday was excellent, Sunday was wow, Monday went a little down. But did we hit the average? Yes, kind of. Then why are we stressing on it? You see, mindset shift. Advertising cannot be built. You can't build a business. If in today's video, in the YouTube video, I shared, this is exactly what I said. I don't think today's video, maybe not today's video, a few days back. I don't remember it exactly. There's so many things I keep doing. But this is one of the videos that the most underrated skill people need to really learn to grow businesses through actions. Because when we kill things very early, a lot of times we kill things early. A lot of times we kill things incorrectly, right? And these are the reasons why it happens. Supratim, if you can share the chat for the question and the Razorpay link, just share both of them. So yeah, so that's what it is, guys. Right, this is what it is. So don't ever think like this. It's a matter of patience. It's a game of patience, and you have to just understand that when an ad stops performing, we need to write a better ad. That's the truth. Okay. And we have to keep doing it. This is your daily practice. Daily practice. You know what happens? When you handle ad accounts that are spending 50,000, 60,000 per day, and you do it the conventional way of doing it, you cannot handle more than 2 to 3 accounts with peace. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you. If you are using conventional ways, and 2, 3 accounts are also the maximum number of accounts, you need to be a workaholic to do it. You are dead if you do this. 6 months, you'll hate it so much, you'll quit. You'll be like, I'm just going back to my job. Because of the conventional methods. But if we follow a straight path, which is OCM, which has no complications at scale, then all we have to do is coordinate with our creative guys and girls. And we're like, hey, we need a new ad. Hey, which ad are we testing? Hey, the last ad had this hook. I got another idea. We can have this hook. And we launch this. All that is that. Our media buyers are doing this. Supratim is a media buyer, but what? He's also learning creative because he has time to do it. Otherwise, people don't even get time to do it. And that's the beauty of this process. And that's what you guys will learn deeply. Okay. So yeah, that's what it is. Abhishek says, when you say stack winning as to master ad set, do you mean copy paste from assets or create same as variants in master ad set? No. So basically use the same post ID and bring them forward. Could you guide me on how to effectively test ad creators in a master ad or a new campaign? Test ad creators. Okay. Additionally, what metric indicators should I monitor to determine which creative is performing the best? Okay. So let me first answer this question, Yash, which is what metrics or indicators should I monitor? Okay. So here's what I look at. The only thing that matters to me is the result. Okay. If I launch an ad, there could be 3 scenarios. Okay. This is also going to be an interesting answer and a very helpful one. Okay. Let me just go ahead and see, I'll come to that. While I answer this question, see, outsourcing it is if you can afford it, because outsourcing to great agencies is usually going to be a little expensive. But if you can afford it, then yes, outsource it. But if you can't outsource it, then you have to take it till a certain level, and that's why you need to know things yourself. And OCM makes it very easy for people who are doing these things. You just have to write ads and create ads, and that's it. So, here's my answer. Okay. When we launch an ad, there could be 3 scenarios. Scenario 1 is we have a loser. Scenario 2 is we have a winner. Scenario 3 is we have a winner. Okay, these are the three scenarios: loser, winner, potential winner. Now, if it's a loser, mistake people make. When they launch an ad, and it's a loser, they try to obsess over that. And then they're looking at performance metrics, performance marketing metrics, hook rate, hold rate. How many of you are familiar with this? So you've done this? You launched an ad, it did not perform, and then you started to rip it, right? Problem. What is the problem? The problem is this. The problem is this. Guys, questions in the Google form. The problem is this. Write this down, all of you guys. Never optimize a loser. Always optimize a winner or a potential winner. You never optimize a loser. You optimize a winner. It's the effort to time analysis. It's how much of effort you are putting in what direction and how much time it takes, and is it worth it? So if I do effort to time analysis, and if I put my effort to define a user to then eventually turn the loser around to a winner, the same creative, it will take me more time and will eventually take me more shots to ultimately find a winner. Instead, I would rather put my energy to make the winner win more, make the potential winner become a winner. But if it's a loser, I'm simply going to kill it. The reason why people fail in ads, one of the reasons, many reasons, I can probably write a book on it, but one of the reasons why people fail is because they get emotionally attached to the ads and the products they're launching. So if your ad did not perform, you kill it. If it's a loser, kill it. Don't even bother. If it's a winner, great, take it forward. If it's a potential winner, then it gets interesting. Then what you do is you then dig a little. Okay, why is it a potential winner and not a winner yet? So you let it run for another 3 to 5 days. See if it gets better. And a lot of times, like I'll say 7, 8 times out of 10 times, it works. We let it run for longer and gives us results. But 30%, 20% times, it may not. Then we go a little deeper. Then we look at, okay, how many clicks were we getting? What's the CTR of the ad? We say, for example, this potential winner ad we launched, one ad, which was a potential winner, had a CTR of 1.5. Okay. What's the CTR of our best performing ad on the ad account? I'll be like, the CTR of the best performing ad on the ad account is 2.5. Okay. So this ad is not getting less clicks. Yes. There could be many reasons, but okay, now we have one answer. So the first metric, potential winner, to make a winner is CTR. The clicks are low, then I'll try to understand why. So the next thing I look at after is ad particularly. So if, for example, this ad has a CPM of 100, I'll go ahead and see what's the CPM on the ad account. Then I'll do a comparison. What is? I'll understand. I'll try to understand. Is ad giving me a bigger CPR, higher CPR, or is it okay? So that's the next metric I'll look at. Once I find my answer, I'll move on to the next metric. Metric is how many people who clicked on the landing page. That tells me the quality of clicks it's getting me, because sometimes when the quality of clicks are coming from tier 3, tier 3 kind of places, you have a very low click to landing page view. Your OBC to outbound click to landing page view is going to be very low if your clicks are coming from tier 3 because of internet issues and speed issues over there. Okay. And even though geo is there, definitely, but still it's not as good. Right? And so these are the things that we need to learn and understand how you define a winner as a winner, how a loser. And these are the metrics I look at. In case you are just launching, which means you've just your funnel product for the first time. If you're just doing it and it's the first bunch of ads you've launched for your first newly launched product, basically, just now you're doing it, then I would tell you, if you don't get, ladies and gentlemen, if there are clicks and people landed on your landing page, but nobody bought, the offer lacks the potential. And this one virus kills the most number of dreams ever. Ever. Because they're not ready to stand accepted. They just to get too much emotionally attached to it. I know that as entrepreneurs, we are like, it becomes difficult to just, one day it's bad and we have to redo it. I know it, but okay, normal. It's hard, feeling bad about it, completely fine, understandable. But we have to be okay to understand it and then move forward. Like we have to accept it. So this is how I pretty much look like figure this out. Okay. All right. So how to effectively test ad creators in a new campaign using our 113 effectively is this: like we just launch one unique ad concept, and one concept has 3 days. We'll typically, when it's an ad creative, we'll test one thing at a time. So if you're testing, say, for example, if it's a new ad concept, then I'm not going to have versions of the same creative. What I will do is I will have one creative, but I'll have 3 variations, and I'll only play with the headline right next to the learn more button, and ad copy hook, and the maybe if it's a video ad, then I'll play with the overlay text. So only these creations I'll test in 3 ads, and I'm not going to touch the creative if it's a new creative, because if the concept potential, because concept is the main thing, right? That's the main thing. So that's how I look at it. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure about Shopify, best Shopify store creator. Right. I've done drop shipping myself. I did it through Shopify, but I don't want to position myself as a Shopify expert. Can you explain why does we need 5 ad sets for master campaign? What is 113 rule? Yes, I can. I can explain. Let me explain that. So the 5 ad sets, why? The reason is, honest answer, I'll give you honest answer. The honest answer is we tried with 6, 1, 2, 5 works the best for whatever reason. Okay. So I did in one niche in one account, it worked. Then we tested in the second, it worked. Third, worked. When we repeated it and it repeatedly worked, we just made a method. That's why we call it 153. And CBO is, I think, the most like, if we can, it's not about, see, the question is not what we can do, because the question should be we could do. That's the question. Like, if it's what we can do, then you can do ABS. You can do layered targeting. You can even do stacked audiences. You can do whatever you want to. You can duplicate to increase the budget. Whatever you want to. You can do it. But should you do it? The question is that. So we should not ask the question, can we do it? But the question should be, should we do it? So my answer to this is that the reason why I like to go with 153 is, number one, it's CBO. And I'm more of a CBO person. So I can do ABO. When we launch creative testing, we do ABO because there's only one set. But should we do ABO? I'm like, no. Why? Because there's a thing called as which performance marketers just fail to understand. There's a thing, effort to time analysis. I will CBO can make my make me save my time, take less effort and less amount to get X amount of result compared to, and may give me a little better result, but takes a lot of my effort and time, then I will not choose that. I am ready to get a 50 rupees higher result where my effort and less, because guess what? We are building flexing that I'm getting 5x ROAS or 10x ROAS. This is not the game we are playing. The game we are playing businesses. The big game we are to make our families proud. The game we are make money doing things what we love, so that we have time to celebrate the success we are achieving. But if we get obsessed with any other thing, then we will not be able to push forward. So that's the reason why not can do, but what we should do. What we should do is CBO. And because it's CBO, 153 is CBO, that's why 153. Other is because it's a CBO with 1,000 rupees per day is usually what we prefer. If you're doing 500 per day, then you can start with 133. Everything the same is 133. So like we have tested with, by the way, it just did not perform. 153. 5 is the number. Okay. 5, it just works like a charm. Then one reason is there's a process to it. How you launch something for the first time, a new account process, and you take it to the finish line, like the next step you do before you do. So from launch to master ad set, there are 75 to 100 conversion even in between, right? So what do you do in period of 75 to 100? In between, we optimize performance, right? Because we want to create our campaign a high performing campaign. Some of you guys must have seen, tells you that inside your camp, like in the status delivery, if it says active, then it'll show you right actives, show you that right. We want that campaign to become a high performing campaign. Until the time master app is not ready, we will just keep them there. Okay. Yes. Who is this? Nani's digital products. Yes. We have case studies we have are in digital product. In fact, this is a digital product, right? And we're using OCM. So yes. Okay, moving on. Do we need to have a landing page? No, landing page is a must. 153. I mean, how to copy paste winning ad set in winner ad set. It's a post ID thing, and I'm not gonna just dive into that. In case we find some difficulty, will your team be able to get on a Google call to guide us? No Google call support. Would we be happy to have you shared SOP about ad copies or the static ads, something like that? Yes. The SOPs are inside the program, but of course, 99 rupees work, a free workshop or a webinar, you can't expect people to give everything away. So that's my honest answer. That's what it is. So, and no, it's not a Google call support, guys. No. I'm a real estate broker, generate leads through 100% by digital marketing, mostly by. Okay. My question is, any guide from you for high ticket stuff like real estate? Okay. So, I mean, like you mean what kind of ad should you run to get quality leads? Is it better leads? Is that your question? Is that what you're leading towards? Okay. Okay, so I have a very different way of looking at ads and the way I like to approach this game. It's a very different than a lot of people. And I am not a hack guy. So I don't look at if there's any kind of a hack manager. You can probably evidently see it. OCM is a result of that. And what I like to understand is when we want quality in the prospects or the clients or the customers we want. I understand this with the help of humans. So I like to look at the higher the quality I want, the more difficult I want to make for the person to become my client. higher quality I want, the more difficult I'm going to make for that person to become a client or maybe become my prospect. The volume game, if I want to play, then I want to remove the number of steps there are to become a prospect or a lead for me if I'm playing a volume game. So it honestly starts from the business goal. That starts with the business goal, but usually no business would mind. Businesses would want to get like just volume because they're building data up. But a lot of times, small businesses and medium businesses, they just don't want volume. They want quality and volume with some quality. So in such case scenarios, the quality is only going to be good when a person is taken through a step-by-step filtration process. This filtration process has various phases. One phase is having a workshop funnel. One phase is having a VSL funnel. One phase is having a free guide or some kind of an opt-in funnel. Anything you choose to do will have one phenomena, which is making people take actions before they get the final thing. Why? Is because that's just the way human beings are. That's just the way it is. We can't change it. We can't fight it. So the only suggestion to you or anybody who is struggling to get high quality leads is to understand that by adding just a little more friction to your funnel is going to make it better for you. So have another step for them. Don't make it easy. Go against the conventional thought process. Conventional thought process will teach you seamless checkout experience. Don't make it seamless. Add one step. It's important because only a person who's serious is going to take that extra step. Think about it. We all have been in a relationship, and some of us are currently in a relationship. Think about it. Did you say yes to that person, or that person said yes to you on the first day, night, date? Maybe not. That person took a few days to ultimately say yes to you, or you took a few days to say yes to that person. Qualificationism, filtration mechanism. You saw that person, then you tested somewhat, it sounds very weird when I say that, but you somewhat tested that person. You see that if person is good enough, what kind of mannerism that person has, the family background, the money he or she makes, and the future goals he or she has, the heart he or she has, stuff like that, right? What are the things that the person likes? So you are understanding the person before you take the final decision. And the same thing is what you want to understand and apply in advertising also. Like when you want to increase the quality a little, try to increase the friction a little. If you want to increase the quality significantly, then you want to increase the friction a little, and you want to change your marketing message. So usually when the quality of leads are a problem, it's because of these two factors. Factor number one is that the process, which is a lead funnel system, is broken or there is no system. That's one. Second, the market is not apt. It sounds like everybody, it's not clear enough. I'll tell you, it reminds me. I was on a call with my inner circle some time back, and this one student asked me this, and this image is a perfect example of this. This guy was running ads for people in interior designing space, okay? And he said that ads, my quality of leads are not my client. And I asked, okay, what's the ad? And here's what we saw. The ad was, guess what the ad was about? The ad was about free chimney. The hero of the ad was a free chimney. And I told him, free chimney customer thodi chahiye. A person who wants a free chimney is going to come to you. Free chimney kind of becoming the hero of an ad will more or less attract only those people who have already made up their minds that they want to go for interior designing. They are just looking for that final blow, and then they'll say yes, right? So you are going to product aware or most aware audience. And if you do that, your cost is going to be high or your lead quality is going to be BS. The reason is because you're just attracting people who just want free stuff. Right? Okay. So I'm like, you have to sell interior designing, dude. So make your interior designing the hero. Talk about a free visit. Tell them a free 3D model. Tell them something about interior designing and then give them a free chimney along with. So these are the two things I do to improve quality of leads. And I've done this in high ticket funnel, in the digital coaching space, consulting space. I've not worked with a lot of high ticket funnels so far, but I've done one. And this is exactly what I did. This person was following ad to a VSL. So basically an ad, a free training, basically free training, then book a call. And then from there, a qualification form. And then from there, a series of 100 steps. Basically, that's what he was doing. And he was bleeding. Even not just bleeding, his quality of calls was also not the best. You will not win. What did I do? I told him that you have to, number one, stop selling training. Sell the call. So be honest. This is what you're doing. Don't try to trick them. Just tell them what it is. Second thing I did, I said, why do we even have an opt-in? When you can educate people in the ad that it's a book a call, then why don't you just tell them it's a book a call? And if you call, why don't you put the training video on the landing page and then have the calendar embedded on the same landing page, which is the front page itself? Why do they have to opt in? Why? This is 2024 and you're following 2010 principles, opt-ins. If you really want to understand opt-ins and you want to really give the best thing away, you have to really give it away. Like don't try to trick people, is all that it means. It all boils down to that. Just be very straightforward and honest. Alex Hormozi style, just tell them what it is. And this is why I appreciate that guy, because he's just amazing, because he's very straightforward. And I like that. And I'm also like that. So long story short, I did that and then I removed it and I got him this thing and I said, okay, you can have a questionnaire, but don't have like 15 questions, have 5-6 questions, standard questions. That's it. Have something to talk about during the call. And like, but people are not going to say yes. And I said, who is telling you that people say yes on the first call? Have you ever closed a client on the first call? You're like, yes, once I did. Okay, let me ask a follow-up question. Did that client discover about you before that call? And he's like, yes, she was following me. So how is that a first call? It could probably be like case-wise, it was a first, but it was not a first interaction with you. Like, yeah. So I told him, please come from out of this mindset that you are going to get people, hold them by their collars and tell them buy right now. It doesn't work like that. Okay. So you go ahead, you just tell them this is what you have to offer if you want to tell them, and then give them time if they need time. Not for a 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 rupee product. It's a low ticket item. I'm talking about 1 lakh, 2 lakh flats, real estate, right? It takes time. So build relationship with people, because that's just the way businesses work. That's how you build your pipeline. So I explained him this and we redid his entire process and approach. Cost per book appointment came down to 220 rupees. That was the same case study I was showcasing during the starting of the presentation. From 2,000 rupees book a call, it came down to 220 rupees. He closed his first client in 7 days to 10 days at 2.5 lakh or 2 lakh, something like that. We have a screenshot of that also. That's what it is. So honest approach, clarity in your marketing, clear-cut message, and clear-cut message. Don't trick people. Don't tell them we do this. Straightforward. This is what it is. This is what's in for you. This is how it is better than anything else. And this is how it is better than what you are currently using. And here's how I can help you. If this makes sense, here's how you can get it. That's it. That's it. Got the answer? Again, a long one, but I liked answering this question. This is a very good topic to talk about, quality of leads. But got the answer? Yes, guys. And guys, if you are getting value from this and if you already got the value more than what you expected, then throw MB in the chat for me. MB is mind blown. Slept? Okay. I think you guys have slept. All right. So I'm going to just take a couple of more questions, guys, and then we're going to wrap up. So next up, we've got a question, which is, I have recently launched a brand and planning to outsource the launch to an agency for initial sales. Okay. Should I do OCM right now or later? 100% right now, please. Okay. Does running meta ads for 2 days duration and then extend it as we are moving forward affect the performance? What is the minimum number of days you suggest? So I suggest a minimum of 4 days to 5 days. We usually do 7 days because we give it enough opportunity. And that's what I say. And no, this is all bunch of BS. Meta has articles, you can Google about it, that even if you turn off a campaign ad and you turn it back on within 7 days, it is not going to lose any data in case you want to do it. And there are so many times our clients tell us that, hey, I'm traveling, hey, I'm going there, hey, I want to just change things in my business. Can you pause the ads for 4 days, 3 days, 2 days? And we do it. Like the best performing ads spending 30,000 per day, we just pause it. And then we turn it back on after 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. So that's what I want you to understand. Yeah. Will I get guidance live classes every week? No, it's recorded media. And then you have one seminar, kind of a graduation ceremony with me by the end of it, which is like a 3, 4, 5 hour session or a seminar, you can say. We'll break that into breaks, but we dive deeper into things over there. And then we discuss businesses and stuff like that. On the go support system, 100%. Okay, great. I have already enrolled in the cohort a few minutes ago. I actually have a doubt. Work for low ticket. Yeah, man. Ebooks costing around 250, 500, drop shipping. Yeah, like anything you want to do, it works. Guys, so who is this gentleman? Naveen. Naveen, are you there? If you're still here, then I'm going to just like tell you a little here. Yes. So testing happens every week. Every week we test ads. Every week we test ads. Okay. So every week I'm going to test a minimum of 2 ads. One will be a unique ad concept. The second one is going to be a variation of an existing winner. And we keep stacking ads and we keep doing it and we never stop. Never stop. Okay. Our clients get tired and then they stop. We don't stop. So don't stop. That's rule number 1. Second rule is rule of thumb is when you launch a test, let it run for at least give it at least 4 to 5 days, if not more. If you can, give it 6 to 7 days. Okay. In 3 days, if you don't see the ads perform at all, the new ad perform at all, it's 0, no sale, no lead, whatever you're running ad for, then all that you do is you wait, you see the other metrics, like you see the CTR, you see stuff like that. And this is the reason why it brings me down to the basics of things that people go wrong. Why? I'll tell you why you guys have such questions. And the reason why such questions come is because the clarity in kill points is not there. Okay. So the basic of advertising is, it's like advertising 101 according to me. Like according to me, this is like the basics. The basics is, you may not know it or understand it at present, but according to me, this is the first step. This is what one should learn first. What is my target CPR? Realistically, target CPR realistically, that's the first thing. Second thing is my kill point. We need to define these two. And I can promise you this thing. If I have done hundreds of consultation calls, hundreds and hundreds of hours. If I have spoken with 10 people who launched something that did not work, out of 10 people did not do this. 100% of people who launched it did not work. 100 out of 100 people did not do this. if they defined a CPR, it was a very vague number in their minds, not on a piece of paper, vague number in their minds. And kill point, definitely not. So the reason why this happens is because this needs to be defined first. Okay. Once we have this defined, now I'm going to explain why I said this is important. I think this is from Anisha, right? Anisha. Okay. So here's why this is important. Here's why this is important. Let's say I have my target CPR defined. Let's say it's 500 rupees. I launch an ad. So usually we have a rule, okay? Depending from business to business, it varies, but it's one out of these two. Our kill point usually is going to be either the 2x of this or 3x of this. Depends on business to business. Some businesses will basically be willing to pay more, or sometimes their cost to acquire a customer or a lead is more because of the niche in the industry. But usually we revolve around 2x, 3x of the target CPR. So let's say, for example, we have our kill point in this case at 1,000 rupees. So now this is defined. Now I will launch my ad. Let's say I launch my ad with 500 per day. Okay. Day 1, 0. Day 2, 1. So we got one sale and we have spent 1,000 rupees. It is our kill point, but kill point means 0 result and this much money spent. So we got one sale. Is it a winner? No, because target CPR is 500. So it's not a winner. Is it a potential winner? Maybe, not sure. Why do I say that? Here's the reason why. The gap between 500 and 1,000 is 2x. It's a huge gap. So I'm not sure. So what will I do in this case? I will let it run for another 2 days and see. Because it got me one sale in 1,000 rupees, so I'm going to just give it another shot. So just let it run. So 2 days gone. Now I'm going to let it run for another 2 days. After 2 days, I'll see it again. If the total purchases, let's say the total purchases in this example went from 1 to 3, right? Now my cost per purchase in 4 days, I have spent 500 per day. I have spent 2,000 rupees and I've gotten 3 sales. My cost per purchase comes to 666.66. In this case example, now after 4 days, this ad potentially looks like a winner to me. Potential winner, because it's still not at target CPR, but it's a potential winner. Now I will optimize this ad. Ad, not the ad set, not the campaign, ad creative. I'm going to optimize the ad creative. Now I'm going to see the CTRs, CPMs, hook rate, and see how I can now make this potential winner, this potential winning baby, become the winning baby. So I'll see how I can change what I can change in the ad and then relaunch it with a new test. I'm going to shut this because it has not met my target, but I'm going to now launch the next variation of the same thing with the data that I've gotten, the inputs I've gotten, working on it, and then relaunching again. This is how I take it forward. This is what the usual case scenario is. And the other scenario would have been that I would have run it for 2 days, 2 more days, and still my cost per result is around 1,000 rupees, which happens a lot of times. It's still around 1,000 rupees in this example, then I'm just going to kill it. And it happens with me, and it happens with us, and we're like, no, it's not worth the time and effort. Like it got us the results, but did it do justice? Is it around the target CPR? If not the target CPR, no, it's not around it. There's like the rasta is too lamba. I'm like, okay, then just scale it, just come up with a new ad. That's better. Like I've realized it over times. I used to obsess over it, but I've realized it over time it's not worth it. It's much more faster, easier, and more efficient at scale to just kill it and the next one going. Like that's what it is. Got the answer? Pretty detailed one. That's how we run ads. That's how we optimize ads. And that's how we decide the winners. Okay. So moving on to the next one. The next one is this. When you dump the best ads in master ad set, how do we do that? Can you help us with a quick step for it? Just use the post ID guide. I'll tell you, this post ID thing is very simple. And if you go on YouTube and just search post ID, how to copy post ID, you'll find a million video tutorials. That's why I don't teach basic things and I don't charge for it, because it's openly available everywhere. Like, come on. So just do that. Would the OCM strategy change in case of a print on demand model for the US? No. Instead, this Murtaza guy that I was telling you is not doing POD, I think, but I'm not sure he's doing POD or not, but he's doing drop shipping for sure. And it doesn't matter, country doesn't matter, model doesn't matter, same process. It's an advertising approach, guys. It's not a business specific advertising approach. It's a media buying approach, OCM, which makes it easy for you to plan ads eventually and launch tests because it's easy to manage at scale. That's the ultimate bottom line behind the goal behind OCM. I have a streetwear brand. Okay, should you run video ads? I'm an advocate of video ads. I don't like static ads personally. I have never purchased anything from a static ad. Never in my life. I don't remember if I've ever done it. The only time I have purchased something from a static ad is potentially when I already know the brand or I was thinking about them. So that's what it is. You mentioned that when you have higher targets, you increase the budget and then reduce it by say 50K. Why lower the budget when you're already getting good results? Because this is a business building question, or often comes from people who don't have the experience of running high budgets. Businesses are not ready to scale. Even when they think they are not. And 80% of the times we scale the budgets and businesses are not ready and things break. Because there is no magic pill that will not, predict that every day you're going to get 100 sales. It doesn't work. Business doesn't work like that. Forget about advertising, right? The same restaurant example. So we have to understand this. And when we scale a business through advertising, if the business shakes up, things go left, right. And if the business is not ready, like fully established or ready mentally and financially, businesses break. Because when you scale, the queries increase, the customer service department's workload increase, fulfillment needs work. And fulfillment is the real marketing if you are focused on building a brand. So you don't want to just keep increasing because I'll just keep making, this is money-making mindset. I'll just keep increasing. Things will break. And I've done that. I am a perfect example of that. I took my first funnel from 0 to 1.5 crore and I failed. I don't shy away from saying it. Yeah. How to contact you to hire your agency? You can go to impactexcel.in and fill up the form there. And we work on a first come first serve basis. And now already have a huge queue. And you have to give us like a week or two to get back to you. How to contact? Okay, the lead cost is 199. Funnel is increasing. Okay, now it is. Will OCM work for this? Okay, so okay, are you there? Who asked this question? This is Ankush. Okay, I've got a lot of questions, guys. I'm just going to say bye-bye now after this. This is the last question. The lead cost increases, 199 funnel is increasing. Will OCM work? Okay. No campaign strategy in this world can magically reduce your cost per lead. Even though we have case studies like that, but why do you think I don't talk about those things? Because the reason why your ad cost is increasing, lead cost is increasing, is because you're not launching new ads. So number one is fix your media buying strategy. have a simplistic process to follow, a very straightforward path to follow, and then simply just keep launching new ads, like the same phenomena I explained to you. That is the reason why lead cost is going high. So you have to understand there is no secret button, no secret campaign strategy that will magically fix everything in your business. You have to find balance everything. So that's the reason why having a minimalistic approach is easier at scale, so that you can have time to balance everything else. Right? That's my answer to that. I have no idea. To that question, why it has an option, I have no idea. Okay. All right, guys. So we've come to the end of today's workshop. It is pretty late, and thank you so much, guys, for being such an awesome audience that you guys have been. It was a pleasure having you guys here. Truly means the world to me. I hope I was able to add value for all of you guys who chose to become a part of OCM Mastery. Onboarding session is on Monday at 8 p.m. Supratim is going to drop you a message on WhatsApp. On Monday is when you get access to things. On Monday is when you get access to the group. On Monday, everything happens at 8 p.m. Don't worry, you will hear from us. We are nowhere, going nowhere. We are right here. Thank you once again. Good night. Take care. And thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Keep hustling. Keep hustling. Don't stop hustling. Okay. And remember this, the day our work starts to speak, the world starts to listen. Be the hardest working, skilled person in a room. Don't just be a hardest working person. Be the most skilled, hardest working person in the room. And success shall be yours. Okay. Bye-bye, guys.